Just like
I saw you.
what's his name, Daniel, from the Lily and Jack case.
Yeah,
Like he failed his, I think.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
And the
So
more time goes on, I mean, I don't know so much about, in the beginning, I still kind of feel like he seemed very, kind of like he really didn't know much, really, through his interviews. He seemed very genuine when he was answering.
yeah,
I see. Let's change that. And he seemed very genuine in his answers. Like, I didn't, not as much as I felt like she was lying,
right.
like Malia was lying. But,
Yeah.
again, with time, like, I supposedly he's been arrested. Now, something totally different to my
Mm-hmm.
knowledge. But something still, I think it was not like aggravated assault or so. I'm not sure. Again, I'd have to look
Uh,
it up. I don't know what allegedly is or anything like that.
what the other charge that was against him was from
Yeah.
his new girlfriend, I think.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a new girlfriend. So.
I didn't either till the charges came out. I think it was like he was keeping her hostage.
Oh wow. So yeah,
But,
you never
but
know.
but they called it like I don't know, it wasn't entrapment. I forgot what the exact thing was, but it was she's the one that pressed the charges. It didn't have anything to do with Jack and Lily case.
Yeah, no, something totally separate is what we're
Yeah.
talking about. But yeah, just
Yeah.
something for that example. Again, with that particular case, I don't feel like, again, from what I saw and observed and stuff, just from what he said in the interviews, I don't really feel, again, that he was like the mastermind behind that or anything. But again, you
Right.
never know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to
It's
wait and
always
see, I
the
guess.
quiet it's always the quiet
Yeah.
ones. Look at this one right here. Look how quiet he is, and look what
Yeah.
he did.
What was it, Dragonite Dan, when I sent you, and he had I still couldn't get over that when I found him on YouTube, and it was like a whole Pokemon page, and he was just
Yeah.
talking about unboxing different, but his name was Dragonite Dan, or it's still on my shorts. It cracked me up. I was just like, here's old Dan, Dragonite Dan. I was like, that, I don't
Yeah.
know, y'all. I was like, y'all decide
Right?
for yourself.
A whole different side we didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, could be the quiet ones.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. All right. I will go back over here. All right.
okay.
Here we go.
All right.
So that's not even an issue right now. The issue right now is what happened to Cheyenne, Bella, and Celeste. That's the issue right now.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about that.
That's,
I know you want to tell us. I can see it in your face. Holding this lie in is going to do nothing for you.
I know this. Like,
Okay.
I'm not like trying to like cover things up. Like,
Yeah, but you kind of are, because it's normal. Normal people would do that. Normal people that make a mistake initially are going to go, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. That's normal. I would expect that. It's just like if you ask your kid, did you write on the wall? And they go, no. And you're like, you have marker on your hand. Like, I know you just wrote on the wall. They're like, oh, okay. That's a natural reaction that someone's going to initially lie about something like that and then eventually tell the truth. So this is your eventually telling the truth time. This is where the rubber meets the road, Chris. Like, don't let this continue any longer, please.
I'm not trying to make anything continue. Like, I want them back home. Like,
but they're not coming back home. You know that.
I don't know in the back of my head. I hope they come back home.
But they're not.
I hope they come back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know they're not coming back home.
Chris, Tammy and I are confused. And here's what we're confused about.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that we've done some work overnight.
Yeah.
I told you that we've got a lot of beliefs. Okay, that wasn't a lie.
I know.
We know a lot more than you think we do. Okay. And here's where we're confused. You're this great guy.
In my opinion, they know a lot more because NK has come in and fed them full of crap. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think too, I mean, at this point, was it like 2 days maybe since she's been gone? Which shows you they can get information a lot sooner on phones and text messages and things, and they lead you to believe in certain other things. But yeah, I would think that they've talked to NK. But didn't she say something to them about like 24 hours after or something like that finally?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she scrubbed her yoga shop or yoga business
and she also did something with her phone.
Yeah, I think she deleted everything, but did she have 2 phones too?
I
I'm
think
not
she had
sure.
2 phones. I don't know that. Well, we didn't know that at the time.
Mhm.
Law enforcement might have known that at the time, but
Yeah.
she deleted all of her information. And they asked her why, and she's like, "Because he's a monster." And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's exactly what she said, but it was something along those lines. But and I agree with you, Miss Eve, that he is where he needs to be because he brought that monsters plural,
Yeah.
into his family's life. So he has to own it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to be there, but I don't think he needs to be there by himself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, yeah.
Well, when has it ever been acceptable in history to just say, "Well, I scrubbed my phone just because I didn't like him anymore." Like he made me mad, and I was, he hurt my feelings, so I just deleted everything.
Yeah.
Like that's never
Yeah.
been an acceptable answer in
Yeah.
history before for a situation like this. Much
Yeah.
less again bringing your daddy to the interview and him putting his hand up and going, "No, sir, we're not going to talk about that." And if you listen to a lot of like what he's like shushing the detective on, it was funny because the detective is trying to like give him an out in that particular instance. Like he's trying to like make something up for him. And he's like, "No, you're assuming there, sir." And the detective's like, "No, what I'm trying to say is like, how would she know?" Kind of like wink, wink, and
Yeah.
her dad's getting all offended, and it's
Yeah.
like they're trying to give you an out, but that's again what I'm saying though. You're watching it happen in real time. Like you're
Yeah.
watching this out happen in real time. The
Yeah.
dad's not even smart enough to pick up that it's an out in real time.
No.
She's just sitting there like on her hands, like, what do I say? What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And she's grown. I mean, why does your dad even in there speaking for you as an adult?
Yeah. And like again, when has that ever been acceptable? Like in any history, like of anything that you've ever heard.
Well, yeah. Yeah. They're not going to let a relative of mine speak for me if I'm grown.
No, not in like and at this case, at this point, it was already a murder case, and it was of 4 people.
Yeah. A
So
quadruple murder case. I mean, it wasn't like it was not that one is any better than
Right.
4, but
it's a lot though. At
this was
once.
children. Yeah. 2.
I mean, how many does it take to become a serial killer? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
I
good
just know that's a
question.
lot of people at one time, though. Like 4 people, and they're all related to you by blood, things like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Is it 2? I mean,
yeah, I would think at 4. I mean, it's still the
yeah.
annihilator thing, but I guess just again, my point being that's a lot of people at one time to do. So I would
Mhm.
think that.
I think the only thing that irritates me right here, and I know it's probably part of their training and it's how they do things, is they're talking to him like he's 10.
Yeah.
That you know that, Chris. You know better than I mean, and it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You're
Seems to be working though with him,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess they go by the mentality of the person sitting in front of them, whether they talk to them like they're a child.
Well, and how much that person probably lies on a regular basis, which I think you could tell with him, he definitely didn't,
Yeah.
And I don't see how you could, it's hard to pull off 1 murder, much less 4.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably
Yeah.
dead, Connor. Yeah, so that's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back. And
Okay.
I'm not just telling you that, okay? I'm telling you that because everyone tells us that, okay? We can't find anyone saying anything bad about you. Chris is a great guy. He's a good father. He's a good man. We're confused as to why you're not taking care of your beautiful children.
I'm not taking care of them right now.
Right now. Where are they?
I don't know where they're at. I do not know where they are at. If I could have my babies back home right now, I would. I want them back. I want everybody back. That is the God's honest truth.
the silence.
Yeah, it's incredibly awkward. So that's the point of it, right? I hear the clock.
Yeah. They're just
Even
quiet.
there's certain points too where it almost sounds like he giggles like a little bit when he was like, I don't know where they're at. You know what I mean? It's
He
almost like
does.
a giggle a bit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's more than just giving like I snapped. It's more like a completely mentally unstable because again, you're talking about your children.
Yeah.
You know where they are. He knows where
Yeah.
they are at this point.
Yeah.
So
And the thing is, they say you're a good father, and everybody says you're a good father, and it's so weird how to put him in the same sentence of a good father.
yeah. And I think that's
When
some of the stuff we're talking about when we talk about this case in separate of the things that you could consider what was being good parents too.
right.
That's separate, a little bit separate, but yeah, I think a lot of hold on. Actually, let me go unlock the door real quick. I think
Sure.
Chris is-
Sure.
I'll be back.
He straight up, yeah. When he says he doesn't know it, yeah. But and I know they're playing on him, like they're saying, like, you know, we know you're a good father, and everybody says you're a good father, and that right there, if you've done anything to your children, that right there should get your gut. That should be like, everybody's saying I'm a good father, and I know where my kids are.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's probably what they were trying to do. They were probably trying to tell him how good of a father everybody said he was, but really he is not. And they're probably trying to use that to get him to talk.
Yeah.
Make him feel bad. Everybody says you're a good father, but
He's so emotionally available though. Like that doesn't even he's just like, yeah, like because that's what I'm told. It's just a label. That's all it is. It's just a label to him. So he doesn't even really know what that completely is, other than what his behavior is supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, he's totally detached. For me, I don't think he knows what emotion is.
Mm-mm.
Like I don't think he feels
what it looks like. He knows what it looks like and how to mimic it, but he really doesn't know. I think how it feels in real time.
Mm-mm. I've always thought that he just doesn't. I didn't know that they can make people emotionless. I mean, I didn't know you could feel nothing, but I think he only feels something when it's not what he wants. Like he's not getting what he wants. I think that's when he gets
mad. It would have been interesting to see what he really would have been like without cameras before everything happened. If they would have been in a disagreement kind of thing. Did he cold shoulder her? Did he pacify her? Like what did he do to get what he wanted from her or to end the argument? Was it, I'm just curious if that ever changed or was it always like a go-to same kind of thing,
Yeah.
Because he seems very flexible in knowing how to go between what he should be saying and what emotion but there's nothing behind it. It's like that blank kind of kind of stare.
It's like soulless, probably.
Yeah, like even when they're taking the pictures of him, like right after this and stuff, it's again he has very dark eyes too, but it's very blank. There's a glimmer, but there's nothing behind it, kind of thing. It's just whatever he's supposed to be doing in that moment. Very robotic, I guess.
Yeah, the lights ain't on.
Yeah,
they ain't. Yeah, they're not.
The lights are whatever color that you tell them to be.
Right.
Whatever you.
Chris, you got to say you did not do it, and I mean, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He went into a relationship that would have been exactly the same.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah, she would have still controlled it.
Yeah, because I don't even think you listen to the way he gets or I don't know if you so much listen to the way, but you can tell that he doesn't like his mom so much bashing or putting down Shanann. And this is even after. So he always tries to end the conversation or cut it off. And I think it would have been the same thing for Nicole then. So when you can see when she's in the interrogation that she gets upset about those things, like when she's talking about that woman and this and that and this and that. No mistress is encouraging someone to stay with somebody and work things out and all that kind of stuff, all the things she was saying. But how she would even clench her hands or look like she was motioning to choke some. I mean, she was talking about certain things that would have to do with them.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just feel like she encouraged him a lot to kind of find the things that were wrong with Shanann and magnify those things that maybe they were, not saying these things. Everybody has their flaws already that exist, but she magnified them even more, even if he tried to downplay them.
Yeah. He told his mom, don't talk about Shanann. She was a good mom.
Yeah, he liked her cooking. He missed her. Yeah, he missed her cooking. She liked,
Yeah.
you know, like all that stuff that he wishes
Yeah.
that he could go back to, you know, just being at home with them and holidays and eating her food, you know, her home cooking, all that kind of stuff like that.
Right.
He never really had anything negative to say about her,
No, and it's
even
so
after she
weird.
was gone.
It's just
Yeah.
so weird how you just
Yeah, switch like
it's,
that almost. It
well,
seems
it's like he's two different people.
yeah. Hello, Lee. But yeah, I thought that was weird too. I do think it's weird how he could not really bash her and put her down, but then go to also behind closed door agreeing to doing something like this to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi,
You know,
Tom.
how are
Good to
you?
see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Yeah.
Buttering him up and something he'd really agree with.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a great dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
just anything. As long as it makes you sound good, like sure. Like you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm supposed to say, and that's what sounds good. So I'll go with that.
That's okay, Ronnie. Don't anyone yell at me, and I don't follow the case. But the few videos I watched, Shanann seemed like she called the shots in the relationship.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah, and I agree with that
Mhm.
completely. So yeah, I
Yep.
think that's where we're gonna kind of go more with this in the future when it gets past
Yep.
some of like the interrogations and things we talked. Just
Yep.
the dynamic of the relationship, I think
Yep.
is what he was used to. And again, Nicole was the same way. Nicole would have dominated everything. Nicole was bad mouthing Shanann. She was finding everything wrong with Shanann.
Yep.
The same thing that I think that most of the family would have accused Shanann of doing with Cindy Watts. Not saying Cindy Watts was or wasn't,
Right.
but almost the same dynamic of the relationship. He would cut off one and go to the next, cut off that one and then go to the next when
Right.
when he was done or drained or didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, he was always protecting the person that he was
The
that
new
was in
one.
control of the situation. Yeah.
The new one that
Yeah.
was stroking his ego and telling him everything
Yeah.
was going to be
Yeah.
fine. And he was such a great dad, such a great
Mhm.
guy. All the things that the detectives are telling him, the things that he needs to be told to feel comfortable, the non-confrontational. And at the end, Shanann was becoming more confrontational about the sense of like, who are you talking to?
And that's what Nicole was doing. She was feeding his ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Appalachia Skies. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
I hope you feel better. She left me a message earlier. She kind of sounds like me, but worse.
Yeah.
So,
I've
yeah.
had a chest cold off and on for a while to where I'm starting to be like, oh gosh, you know, like this
Yeah.
is really getting annoying, you know, because I mean,
Yeah.
almost since we got back from the cruise, it's just been off and on. And it's just because it
Yep.
gets hot and cold and hot and cold. And it's just so
Mhm.
humid in Texas on the water over here, anyways.
Yeah. That salt air coming in. Yep.
Yeah.
But we are, like Megan was saying, we are going to talk about. We're going to watch some videos of Shanann, some Facebook videos of her, because I think she mainly did her stuff on Facebook. But I wanted to kind of do the interrogation of Chris, and then so you can kind of get his personality and feel of him, and then we're going to do some stuff on Shanann, so you can kind of see her and kind of seeing we can see what their dynamics together was on video.
Yeah. And how much in the videos I noticed rewatching them too that I didn't notice at first, how much he's making faces at her in these videos. He is like stuff like stuff you would expect like him to just be like, okay, you know what I mean? Like he really is like he's cutting his eyes at her, he's rolling his eyes like that's so stupid, you know what I mean? And it's just like, and I'm just saying like I didn't notice it the first time.
Yeah.
But like looking back at it, how much he's kind of mocking the whole being on camera thing. Like passively aggressively in the back, and I don't know if she never notices it or not. But like, I mean,
probably not
the first time. Yeah,
probably
I didn't
not,
it.
Because she was so focused on the video and making people see what she wanted them to see about the home life and everything, you know. And I'm not at all ever going to bash a victim,
Right.
but when you're doing a case like we are, and this is a case study, you have to look at everything. You have to look at every person that was involved as much as you can, because you have to have
you really just have to put yourself in someone's shoes. And like, how would you expect yourself to respond or act in a certain situation? And what would you be like after a certain amount of time if a certain behavior was continuing towards you or around you or something like that? Like someone said, they do feel rage, or Running Wolf said they do feel rage, anger, fear, and superficial happiness. What would that look like for him? What does rage look like for him? You know, because I know it like being upset looks like for most people. You can tell when most people are upset. But he can stand on his whole porch and grin about his family not coming back, knowing his daughters are in oil. So what does rage look like for somebody? Like, is there a like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what would be interesting. And you have to kind of look like at that because it helps you identify people in your life who
Right.
don't need
Yeah.
to be around. So that's why it's important too, because these are relationships like Shanann probably would have never thought, right? How many times does she joke in her videos and say, well, well, Chris is going to kill me, in the
Yeah.
videos, and look at what happens in the end. It sounds like such a passive, like, oh, that's just a joke. Well, look what happened. You know what I mean? So it is something you do kind of have to pay attention to. What was his behavior like?
And I think the only video you really see him have emotion in, like raw emotion in, and I don't know that it's the tears he was crying, I don't think are for his family. I think they're for him. But when they were sentencing him in the courtroom, you could look at his face and it was anger.
Yeah, that's the most angry I've seen him. His legs are shaking.
Yeah.
And his legs are shaking a lot when her parents are talking, and I find that interesting. What is it that he's wanting to say to them that's pure anger? Because he's angry about something that he feels like they're saying, like they're hiding something, it feels like he's saying. Like they're not calling something what it is. They're almost like taking a cheap shot, it feels like, and that's why he's getting angry. So I'm not saying he's not guilty, he is, but there's also something else there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Just like the way this happened, the way that they hurry up and didn't question Nicole at all, or like question who Jim was, or question why her daddy's there. Like all these things they just don't want people to question. Why did they talk about publicly the paternity of the children? That's not something that normally happens in this kind of murder case. Why did they talk about her alcohol level when she was murdered? That's not normally talked about. I'm just saying, and these are things I'm just saying they're not normally talked about.
Right. Right.
If it is, show me how many cases it's normally talked about in, unless it's been directly called out for a reason because it was part of it.
But you notice that he tried to say that Shanann unalived the girls because he was trying to redirect the issue and the tragedy towards someone that couldn't speak for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to take that. He's like, well, I saw her doing this, so I choked her.
When I think he used the fact that she was had a controlling, dominant personality as the fact that this could be something people would believe.
Right.
Because everybody right away said, whether people, the Lundstroms or whatever they're called, that they lived with her or something, they even said they thought it was her in the very beginning. They thought she had snapped and that was the end of it. So these are people she lived with. Where are all her childhood friends? Again, not victim shaming. I'm saying this is stuff that we need to down the line truly look at so that you understand something. Because regardless, he is where he should be, and 2 other people should be there too.
I agree.
So, but he could have walked away. He could have pointed out all these things. So that's just stuff we need to talk about so that you can walk away in your everyday real life situation with people like this. Because I think we come across people like this more than we realize.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you don't always have an out with them because sometimes you end up having kids with them, or you get into a relationship with them or something like that, or they're even family.
Yeah. And Ronnie, sadly, there's not a whole lot of videos for us to look at for the girlfriend.
Yeah.
They interviewed her, I think, twice that you can actually watch it. And then I think she was interviewed in the park, but they didn't put her on video. It's just voice. And then I can't remember if they recorded her and her dad in there.
And where and what?
In the interrogation room.
They did on camera.
Okay, did they?
Yeah, he's on camera, and that's what I'm saying. And she's sitting there at first, and she's going on, and then once her dad takes over the parts where he's kind of trying to say what's going to happen, and like what's not. I mean, you see her shrink like real small all of a sudden, and she's kind of just watching the back and forth. Like you can see her eyes just between the two of like, oh no, what's daddy going to save me? Like how's he going to save me this time? You know what I mean? So you can tell it happens all the time.
And I will play that one. I'm sure Unjustified has it, and I'll find it, and we'll look at it too also, so y'all can kind of get a vision of her or get a kind of feeling of her too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I know that there's 2 of her by herself. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
There's 2 of her by herself, and then that's it. Those 2, and then the one with her dad. I don't think she's on anything else.
Not that I've seen, no.
That you can see her.
No. I mean, only that video that they showed recently, like what, a year or two ago, where they caught her but she's not talking. She's just at that funeral or whatever.
Right.
She's like on camera for like a few seconds and then she's gone.
And then there's pictures of her that he took. We may can bring those up while we're here watching this video. We may can bring those up.
And those are the ones I think. I don't know if those are the ones he put in his app in addition to ones she sent, or like.
Yeah, because he had that secret app.
Yeah.
That he hid pictures under.
Yeah. Hello, Aussie. True crime. How are you?
Oh, there's Aussie. How are you, Miss Aussie from down under over there? Are you awake? What time is it? I mean, it's like a whole different day there.
Yeah, I know. I have someone I do readings for too. Her name's Beck, and she's on here sometimes. And I usually like stay up to about 7 or something to do hers because it's usually about like, I don't know what time it is. I have to usually look it up. I forget. Yeah,
it's like a whole different day over there, isn't it, Aussie? Glad to see you.
Time zones too, like I think 12 of them or something.
Yeah, it's like it's it's nuts on the trying to get everybody together. I wanted to get Aussie up on my looking glass, but we have to get the time zones together so that we can have her up there. You know what I mean? And talk about some 6:30. Oh, power went out, so I had to get up. Oh no, so 6:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you are way ahead of me. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I hate it. The power went out. I'm sorry. I hope it comes back on soon.
I know Ken used to be in the UK and she'd come in our chat and she'd always say like all this stuff that had happened and she knew it already. And everybody'd be like, how do you know that? And then we'd find out later just because she was like a day ahead. That's it. Yeah.
Like a day and a half ahead.
Yeah. So we would just go ask Ken. Just ask Ken first.
Yeah. That's how we used to pick on our family when we were stationed in Okinawa, Japan. Yeah. We were a day ahead, and when the year would change, we would call them and say, "We're in the future. Y'all are still in 1999. We're in 2000. So far, it's the same."
Everything's reporting back the same so far.
Yeah, so far everything's the same.
Nothing new.
Nothing new in 2000.
Exciting.
Don't get excited. Just hold on. Yeah. All right, we'll go back over and listen some more. Let me get back over where I'm at. There I am. The silence kills me here.
I know it makes you even realize if you've unfroze it yet. Like if it's like played or paused.
No, it's silent. They're just staring at him.
It's just awkward.
Yeah, they're just staring at him. It's freaking hilarious because I let it play at the end of the little video I put because they literally were just staring at him. And I was like, can you imagine being in there and they're just staring? Both of them.
Some of the people who don't squirm, like how nuts even more than him they are, because to just have someone making you that uncomfortable and staring and the clock just ticking and just.
Yeah, because you can hear the clock tick, 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 and they're staring at him and I'm like, okay, is this an interrogation tactic?
It almost makes you wonder, did Shanann really grill him horribly?
Right, because
he cracked within like
that's hilarious.
This motherfucker running for weeks if I'd be mad. So I don't know.
Go ahead, stare at me all you want. Yeah. I'm not gonna break.
Burn a hole through him. So
I'm used to it.
Yeah, right.
I'm used to it. Give me the look of death. That's all right. I don't even know what it means because I don't feel emotion. So go ahead. Yeah. Lord.
So let's keep talking about your family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just can't
okay.
figure out why there's two Chris's. Okay.
Thank you,
We
sir.
talked about that last night. Yes. We just can't figure it out.
Yeah, we can't either.
There's a Chris. Okay. If somebody asked me my fifth child routine, I would say, I don't know, go ask their mom. That's the truth, right? And so it is very surprising to me, and it warms my heart that you're the type of dad who can pack a bag in the morning, and you know just what to put in there, and you know just what to put in there as a backup in case they have an accident, okay? You know what the clothes to put in there, you know what they had for breakfast, you know what they had for a snack and a dinner, and a nighttime snack. You can tell me the book you read to your daughters, okay? I know you love them. And you're not faking it, are you? It's real, okay? There's a lot of guys who come in here and try to tell me that, and I know they're lying, okay? Because they can't answer those questions that you can answer, okay? But you are here today lying about something else. So we need to talk about that, okay?
I cheated on her.
I know. And this is very good.
I'm not proud of it. I didn't think anything like that could happen. I didn't think I'd ever do it, but I did.
I know. Keep going.
And she accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. She was pregnant, and
I cheated on her ass.
it was.
He said ass.
I don't want to.
Huh?
He said, what did you say?
It said he cheated on her ass.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
That's what
Rewind it and see if that's what it said.
No, that's what the closed caption said. I'll rewind it though. Show you. And see, I think what he's telling now is the argument they had when she got home.
Yeah.
At some point, they had this talk. So it was either over the phone or when she got home. Because this part I do believe right here.
I know. Keep going.
She accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it.
See?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, was there anything else that he possibly could have said that sounded like it, but I guess not.
I can go back
starting
again.
to say I feel horrible for it, but
Maybe.
he was starting to say ass and realized he shouldn't say ass and was like, I feel horrible for it.
Yeah, because he
It
kind
does
of
sound like he's starting to say ass though. Yeah.
he kind of talks like her because I feel like she kind of has a lisp or like a something when she talks, and he kind of has the same thing. We'll listen to it again.
She accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. She
No,
was
that's what he
pregnant,
said.
and
He said that. That's what he said. I cheated on her ass. That's what he said.
Mhm.
Wow. I didn't catch that the very first time I watched this. That's why I wanted to go over it myself, because the first time I didn't have my channel and I couldn't really go over it. And so I think there's things you hear when you go back over stuff and you're like, it's your channel. You kind of hear it and see it better. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to do. I know the ticking clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I didn't hurt her. I cheated on her. I hurt her emotionally. I cheated on her. And I feel absolutely horrible about this, but that's what I've been holding. When I didn't go to the Rocky game, I was with her.
Okay.
I went to dinner with her.
Okay. Keep going.
That 5 weeks I was alone, I was with her most of the time.
Okay. You're doing a good job. This is the Chris that I knew would come out today. This is the Chris who tells the truth, because you're a truth teller.
Please.
When I say I fell out of love, it's 'cause I fell in love with her.
Absolutely.
Okay? I mean, that's God's honest truth.
Okay. Who is her?
So I don't want to get her involved in this. I don't want to ruin her life. Like, if something like this, I don't want her involved in this.
Okay. So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
I knew that you would say you didn't want to get her involved.
Because she's a wonderful person. Like, she
Really?
knew I was married, yes.
Then
That's why we're going through
you
this.
when they're
Yes.
doing something, all this and where they're at. They've been murdered, but she's a wonderful person.
How can you say somebody's a wonderful person when they're wrecking your home?
Because they're doing it together.
Huh?
because they're doing it together.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, it's just she's the one that I don't know. I mean, they're both doing it. So
Eve thinks when she got home she could not find the girls because they were already gone,
yeah,
and that is when they started arguing. And I also believe something happened in the basement. Just my opinion on this. I believe something happened in the basement also.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I believe that probably is more likely where it happened at too. I always wonder, like, do you think like the sheets in their room were taken down to the basement, and that's why that sheet was off the bed in the bedroom, in her bedroom,
I think
and they
that
kept it in the basement for putting the body in
yeah,
at the bottom of the stairs? Because
Yeah.
I feel like it more likely was the bottom of the stairs, like bottom of the stairs when she went down where it happened at.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff.
yeah, because I it I feel like something happened in the bedroom because he wouldn't have removed the sheets
Yeah.
if something didn't happen in there. And then I kind of think it kind of went from there to down in the
In the
basement.
basement. Yeah. I wonder about between the bedroom and the basement how it got from upstairs to downstairs like that
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yeah, because and that's the one thing I think that they didn't screw up. The one thing I think that messed them up was Nicole Atkins called in that welfare check
Right.
for Shanann, and I believe they were going to go back and fix the bed back because you can't look at a woman's home that's that immaculate and think she would leave a bed unmade.
Right. Not
That's
in that condition though either. You know, why would it
right,
be stripped down like that with everything else done?
right,
And then the office the way it was.
right. So
So
I think they were going to go back and fix the bedroom, make the bed and stuff so that it wouldn't be nothing.
yeah, because there was stuff in the trash can too. I mean, that stuff
Yeah,
he wouldn't have left in the trash can.
blanket and
Whatever
everything.
he
Yeah,
grabbed out of the car, which would have
yeah,
looked like the ring. It looked like the ring was in the car.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so I
So
do think, like you were saying too, I do agree with that. They were more than likely probably going to allegedly, in my opinion, blow up Servy with the car to try to get rid of all the evidence.
hmm
So, but yeah, I do think they were going to go home and clean.
yeah, and she did mess that up. I mean, what she did didn't save them, but it put Chris in prison. But
Yeah.
I mean, some of them, right? Yeah. Maybe he took her out through the basement. I think he took her out the back door. I think they took her out the back.
Yeah, I was trying to look on like the layout of that place, how close the basement was to back door, because isn't it kind of off the side
Aside.
to the back kind of
Yeah.
yard area anyways a little bit,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
still would have, because I mean they were showing how like whenever they went to take pictures of the place, like
hmm
there was a slide or something like that
Right.
was pushed up against the gate, but it was collapsed
Right.
where it normally wouldn't have been collapsed. They think that they carried the body over that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they carried her out the back because if you listen to Chris and his porch interview where he's rocking, he says, well, if she went out the back, we wouldn't know it because there's no cameras back there.
Yeah. Yeah. Then usually when they tell you where not to look again, kind of like the Sebastian Rogers thing, the summer thing, everything they tell you not to look at is where you probably want to be looking at.
Right.
So,
Right. So when I heard him say that, I was like, bingo.
yeah.
Yeah. So. hmm
I always wondered too if he used the refrigerator in the basement for something and why there was a picture of that.
Sadly, okay, I think there was something in there that was small.
Well, I would say Cece, but I still can't figure out why. Yeah, like why Cece and no, I think we talked about this. Didn't you say you just thought that Bella, they thought that Bella was gone, but possibly wasn't. So that's what happened because he said that she was
Cece.
acting odd.
They thought CC had already, in my opinion,
Right.
allegedly, over here on this channel,
Right.
they thought that she was already passed and she wasn't because she woke up at some point and she wasn't acting right.
And that was Cece they said that about?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that was Bella. Okay.
Mm-mm, it was CC.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was CC. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that one too.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested too now to watch that one again since we talked about that, because it makes more sense that that would be what happened. That one of them they thought was whatever and they woke back up.
Right.
So that would make more sense to why they pointed that out too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I do think Nicole was the one more responsible for that.
Mm-hmm. When he says I didn't do anything to my girls, I actually believe him on that.
Yeah.
Sadly, I hate to say I believe him on anything, but that's one of the things
You
that
really believe him on.
I do believe him on. Now, when he says he didn't hurt Shanann, I don't believe him on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something I'd almost have to again watch too.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe for sure 100% he didn't do the girls though.
Right. Yeah. I believe that too. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of plays out, because
Yeah.
this is where he talks about it almost in this interview, isn't it? Or no? With Shanann?
I think so. There's some point because he says I can't believe she put her hands on my girls.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's this interview or not, but what really bothers me is, I'm running Gray Wolf agrees with us too, is that you are allowing a child murderer to walk this earth.
Yeah.
You are allowing one to walk this earth.
Mm-hmm.
No, how do you sleep at night? In my opinion, allegedly over on this channel.
Yeah.
How do you sleep knowing what you know? I'll put it like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious about a lot of these cases where you start to look at who's connected to what and everything, just how many of these people do know the truth of some of the stuff that's going on. Like even, again, like I bring Sebastian's case into it because there's so much in Sebastian's you can just, and even really with Summers too, but Sebastian's too with the CPS files being there and everything that you can just point to and say that was blatantly there. You know what I mean? And so it was blatantly ignored or pushed aside or whatever. So it's the same thing with this.
Yeah. Yep. So sad.
Let's see what else he lies about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told her that, we were going to get, at the end, like, you're going to get separated. Like, once I figured out what that was, I didn't know what that was going to be. I know. I had no idea. I like, I saw her, took my breath away, and I'd never thought in a million years that could happen. I don't even think of a figure. But it was, I never felt that way about anybody in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Chris, that's not your fault.
No, I'm just.
Can we do this? I know you want to take care of her it's because you're the type of guy that takes care of women. It is. You took care of your wife, you took care of your daughters, you were very good at taking care of her, and you want to take care of her. So can we make a deal? I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody, but I can't walk out of here wondering. So can we leave her out of it? Okay. Get back to your wife and your daughters.
Okay.
Where are they?
That I do not know. That was what I was holding back. Like, I didn't know, what I could. I know,
Chris, in an interview today, you weren't asked about infidelity. You were asked about.
I was holding back from last night.
That's what you feel today.
That's not how that works. You would have reactions to every single question, not just the ones that we talked about being important.
Like the ones you wanted me to lie about, is that what you're talking about?
You wanted me to lie about
her disappearance and knowing where she's at and what you about seeing her last.
I was not lying about those things. So
can I tell you what I think?
Yes.
Okay. So, going into that interview today with Tammy, where we strapped you in, we knew all about Nikki. Okay? All about her. And you're doing a very good job right now, because you didn't have to tell us about it, but you did.
I couldn't hold that in anymore.
We could see it on your chest. I can't in your eyes.
I can't. I gotta tell the truth. I just can't take it no more.
I just can't hold it in.
After all the shit I've done, I just can't take this no more.
I just can't hold it in. I can't.
Such a good guy.
Yeah, such a great guy.
We knew about Nikki, and so we didn't need to ask you about her in the polygraph. We just didn't need to, because we knew, okay? And so that's why we didn't ask you, because we already knew the answer, okay? We're very, very worried about your daughters and your wife. I am too, okay? So can I tell you, maybe based on the people that I've talked to, and Tammy's talked to, based on all the investigations we've done, based on your cell phone, both your cell phones, your wife's cell phone, Nikki's cell phone, okay? Based on talking with family members and friends, and based on talking with everyone, here's what we know, okay? And I'm not gonna lie to you right now, here's what we know, okay? Chris is a good man. Everyone said it. Okay, I'm not just telling you that because I, want to blow smoke here. You're a good man.
You are blowing smoke.
Nobody can fake answers about packing a backpack. Nobody. You either pack a backpack for your kids or you don't. Okay? This should have been the happiest time of your marriage. Okay? You and Shanann. This should have been the happiest time. She's making a little money. She's making good money. You're making great money. You both have a job. You have beautiful kids. You have a beautiful house. You're in Colorado. Clean air, good people. Okay? And on top of that, you look pretty good now. You're pretty fit. Okay? This should have been the time in your marriage.
And he's
where
broke.
you're happy and thriving and productive. Okay? And
Nobody was making good money. So that's what I'm
Shanann's
saying.
the reason none of that
Yeah.
happened.
In debt.
I believe that she's a controlling person.
Which is what fed a lot of
Maybe
this.
doesn't listen to you as much as she should.
Now here he goes, and I get it. I get you got to talk about the victim because you got to get them to talk. But he kind of goes at Shanann. For me, he kind of leads him into an answer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the wrong answer. Although I don't believe Shanann did anything to her kids or whatever. I don't believe that, but I kind of feel like he kind of leads him a little bit here. But maybe that's.
I mean,
Maybe
that was like the tactic. They did say they used it, but I don't remember the purpose behind it, why they would have tried to make it look like she did it. I'm not really sure how that would have spun into anything that they were looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that, you know what I mean? Because if she's the one that's missing with them. So, I mean, it's just a weird angle to have approached anyways, to me a little bit, you know?
That's what I thought.
Because it was only 2 days into it, so.
And I sat here and I'm like, I get it. They when they're detectives, they got to be nice and they got to go through all these hoops to talk to them and down these different avenues and different ways. But see, that's why I couldn't be a detective, because I'll be in there. I would just be telling them, look, you freak. What did you do? I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be I can't sugarcoat it. And that's a detective has to be able to sugarcoat.
Yeah.
They got to be able to lay it on thick.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is like, what, 2 days of questioning at this point, almost?
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think that she can do whatever she wants and you can't. Okay? I think if you were to go to a restaurant, she would order whatever the hell she wants. And as soon as you order a nice steak, she says, whoa, buddy. Okay?
Wow.
A woman that lets her man do all of the backpack packing and all the cooking.
I'll do all the cooking, but she cooks like I do like some things here and there.
Okay. That's because you're a good person, and I think that she started on the path to leave the marriage. Okay. It's ironic that we're talking about you and Nikki. I think that she was the one who started on that path first.
Wait a minute. When he was talking about her, they were talking about her earlier. He didn't mention her name, did he? How does the detective know his name? Her name. Hold on just a second. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
How didn't he know Nikki's name?
Well, I heard where he had said that we already knew about Nikki. Remember, like, probably 5, not even.
Maybe I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah, he said, like, when you were something yesterday, he said we already knew about Nikki. And that's when he goes, "Well, I didn't want to bring her into it." Like, around that part, he said, "Well, we knew about her yesterday. That's why we started asking this," or something like that. Yeah. So he just said it like a.
Okay, I must have missed that.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he know? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
What do you think about that?
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah. And the other thing I think is interesting is, even though she is that type of person that's controlling, doesn't listen, does what she wants, is walking away from her kids, here you are defending her. Because to your core, you want to take care of the people you love. Okay. And that's the reason why we want to give you an opportunity today to just help us find them. Okay? Will you do that for us?
I'll do whatever I can to help to find where they're at.
Okay. So when she asked you, do you know where they are? Or are you going to tell the truth about where they are? You failed miserably.
Okay.
Why?
I'm a nervous person. Like every question I asked, every question, it felt like
Yeah, I'm a nervous
I
person.
wouldn't be able to say the right thing.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like,
I don't know,
It's
like,
funny. That's what I'm saying.
what it reads, like, I know she's saying about,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you really
so-
think about it.
Yeah.
Because I think about how much, like, I mean, I know I've been grilled in my life and I have a better answer than I'm just a nervous person.
yeah, I'm just a nervous person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, thank you, Running Gray Wolf. Thank you. I'm just a nervous person. I can't answer these questions.
Yeah, these are too deep of questions. I just murdered my family, but these questions are really they're making me nervous.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to talk about my girlfriend and I don't want to talk about nothing.
Well, and that's why I think it's a good point of, I think Gray Wolf had also said too, and I agree that, you know, he didn't take the girls or out there and, you know, unalive them, because when they said that he went out there, he vomited. And lost bowels or whatever. So normally that's going to happen right when you see it for the first time or something like that. So yeah, I just thought about that for some reason.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was really important to say. That's a reason why, yes, I don't think he actually physically did anything to the girls or was around when it happened. I think, or I don't know what he saw once he, maybe Shanann's body. Like, I mean, I think that he definitely probably would have helped do that.
Well,
what do you think about the out at Servi? I don't know how he would have been able to get all that done at once on his own.
Well, I don't think he did it on his own.
Yeah.
But the one thing that he says is, Bella says to him, "Are you going to do to me what you did to Cece?"
Mm-hmm.
And he says that, and I'm like,
you think he saw that part?
Yeah, so I think he knows what happened to them, for sure.
So do you think they like followed each other in cars out there or something? Or
yeah,
met out there kind of thing? Okay. I was like wondering how you think it played out there in your head, because again, I think that was interesting that it happened out there. So that means he saw something out there that triggered that response, which is usually the actual death or seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And so and that happened out there for him, and he admitted that.
And now when they got out there, he may not know exactly where they put them.
Right.
But he knows about the
where
area
they were. Like he knew they were in those oil things for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. He might not have knew which one, because I think there's 3 or 4. There was 3 out there.
I remember. Yeah. I don't remember how many tanks were out there. I think I've only seen a picture of the actual like 2 tanks and then Shanann's body off to the side, which is kind of interesting too, because if you look at just the layout of that, and this was just like me looking at it, it almost does look like a uterus with the umbilical cord with the 2 tanks inside.
It does.
If you're looking at that too, you know, because they had the American, you know, Horror Story and how that played on the TV, and then if you look at the layout of Servi, it looks like a uterus from above. Like I just thought that was weird, you know, like that is real weird, man. The girls are inside, so
and it's And I do believe he dug the place where Shanann was at.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't very deep, and that was one person that did that. Yeah. He didn't have time to get it any deeper.
Yeah, they probably did the girls, and they were like, "You take care of that. That's your wife," kind of thing. You know, we're not messing with that. And I do think like the coffin birthing had already started. You know, so he would have already started to, because I mean he talked about the smell with it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so that stuff he talked about. And that he has an emotional reaction behind, just like the comment of Bella making that comment, you know,
Right.
about, are you gonna do that to me too? So those are both things that you'd have to believe he was present for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do think he more than likely, like you're saying, did shenanigans, and they took care of the girls.
Yeah. So I think he knew the area, but I don't think he knew exactly where.
Yeah.
Because you know, I don't believe everything he says, but I think there's some salad in there
Yeah.
of things that really did happen. I think he put in there 3 sentences in there that were true.
Right.
Um,
That's usually how those stories are told, though.
yeah, I mean, I believe he mixed it in with a lot of nonsense, but I still believe some of the stuff he put in there, he said was real.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Mm-hmm.
because Shanann's plane was late. Yep, and that threw everything back.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree that did throw him off, and I think, to be honest, I think he had second thoughts.
Yeah. Well, they're on the phone. Well, you look at him. He was on the phone that 3 hours almost with Nicole Kessinger that night. Was it almost 3 hours, something like that? I don't remember how long it was.
Yeah, it was a
But-
while.
But you listen to that too. They're on the phone all night long. It's so that you don't change your mind. It's so you don't get distracted. Kind of like why Chris Profit was on the phone with Katie Profit all night. Don't distract. Don't come off the storyline. Don't change your mind. Like, stick to the story. This is what we're doing. We agreed upon it. Don't
Right.
get nervous. You know what I mean? Don't change your mind.
Right.
I think that's why they stay on the phone as long as
Mhm.
they stay on the phone with each other.
Yep. And I think that's why he was on the phone with her so long.
Yeah, because somebody has to puppet it still and make sure. I mean, especially
Mhm.
once you have Jim coming from wherever he's coming from. I mean, it's a full-on plan.
Right,
I mean, even
but
his
it's
dad
on now.
knew. I mean,
Yeah.
even his dad knew. He brings it up in the interview. He's like, "Well, Jim came in Monday, right?" Like looking at her. So it's like, well, did you ask him to come too, Dad?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because, like,
Yeah, why would
Dad?
Why would Dad even know that Jim came in Monday? What would that matter? Was Jim a friend of Dad's too? I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, I'm
Sounds
not.
like it to me. The way he
I'm not
spoke about
accusing.
him,
You know.
yeah. I mean, in my opinion, when I saw the way he was like, "Well, Jim came," I felt like he probably knows him too. Like, it's good
Yeah.
friends with him too. It's not just Nicole. They grew up kind of together, or maybe that is a family friend before
Mm-hmm.
anything. But I feel like
Mhm.
it's more like a connection from work and things like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Who knows? Whatever lodge they belong to.
Right. Yeah.
Is what more sounds like the Masonic lodges and things like that. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. I think the circle was smaller than we think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shanann did change her stuff. That's one of the things that messed him up, because he couldn't get in her phone.
Why do you think he was going to get in there, just to change like her updates or something, to say what she was doing?
She changed her password into her phone because he said he tried to get into it and she had changed her password.
phone. Okay.
So he didn't know how to get into her phone to text things. I think
Right.
he, if he could have got in there, he could have texted something.
He would have been
from her
pretending
phone.
to be her. Okay.
And see, she changed her password and he couldn't get in there.
Right.
And she did that before she came back. So I think she kind of messed him up there.
Yeah.
On changing the password, and and her watch was on its charger, but it showed no activity. Well, she's not going to go anywhere without that Apple Watch. Why would that Apple Watch still be at home and her be gone?
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be, because she
No.
had it with her, just like she always have her phone with her.
Yeah. What's that say?
1 second, my mom just walked in.
Yeah, sure. Or add text to make him look. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She changed her password, and that caused him not to be able to get in there and type what tomfoolery he wanted to get in there and type.
Yeah, because his messages were really back and forth too. Like, you would see where he'd be very encouraging. Maybe in the messages he knew she'd share or something, and then there are other ones where it's like, well, never mind. He wasn't like, it was like wasn't giving her the time of day kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, please.
Yeah,
I'll
go
be
ahead.
right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start the video back.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of the process, but like, I don't know where they're at.
Chris, right now your dad's outside. He flew across the country to help you. Okay? You're lying to him. You lied to everyone you talked to. And they all bought it.
And they all bought it.
All right, you need to help us find your babies.
I want to find them. I've told you over and over, I want to find them. Everyone.
Can we go back to that night?
Yeah.
You know that we have texts. And we know that there's an Alexa in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that those are trained to record distress.
Okay.
You know that we know the content of Nikki's text messages and your text messages and Shanann's text messages. Okay?
I didn't know you were Nikki was until tonight, right now, so.
Okay. Tell us about that night again, and please tell the truth this time.
I told you the truth. I promise I told you the truth. Like, we woke up at 4 o'clock. I woke up at 4 o'clock. Got dressed, got ready. 4:15, me and Shannon talked about the house, about separation.
Did you guys talk about Nikki?
She accused me of like, all right, you know, is there somebody else?
Sure.
I didn't say it.
You denied it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she brought up like, you know, like, well, is there a $68 charge? I'm thinking the other guy.
Okay.
Was there 2 of you?
And that was with 2 of you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay. So it sounds like at that time there was maybe you weren't quite ready to just say, hey, this is everything.
I couldn't say it.
Okay.
We were already trying hard enough. I couldn't say that.
Okay. What did you say?
I just told her like, this separation has to go. I want separation.
Okay. Was it her idea to sell the house or yours?
She initiated the realtor the week before in an email.
Why?
Because we were talking about the marital issues. She's like, well, you can't afford to live on our own. Well, she can't afford to live on her own. I can't afford to live on my own. So she's like, we need to contact me and
You couldn't see. And who'd you contact?
well, she contacted Ann, our realtor.
Ann?
Yeah.
Okay. Would Ann say the same thing, that your wife initiated the contact? Okay.
She would. And then on Monday, I texted her to see if what she could do.
Okay.
And that's in there too. We fired and do that.
Tell me about the pregnancy. Was that your idea or hers?
She said it was she was about 80-20. Well, I did the pros and cons of it. Like after she got pregnant, she told everybody that it was mainly my idea.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted a boy.
Did you want to get pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then after the fact, she said it was mainly me that wanted it, and she was about, you know, she was 70-30 against it at that point. Like she would tell her friends that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what, 70-30 against it? Like, why?
Okay. Can you understand that some of this just doesn't make sense to us? Okay. How is it possible that a woman and 2 kids are just completely gone off the face of the earth?
Yeah.
Honestly,
How is that?
I have nothing on my hands I did nothing to those kids or her to make them vanish.
So tell me what
Vanish.
happened then. I believe you that you did nothing on your hands.
Isn't that what Chris
happened?
Prophet said? Sebastian just vanished, just up and
Yeah.
vanished, poof.
Yeah.
Nothing there. That's what I'm saying. If you listen, they all say the same stuff.
Yeah. I don't get that. What is it about that just vanished?
They just vanished.
Nobody
Because
just
they want you to
vanished.
think they just evaporated. Like, don't look any further. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just evaporated into thin air.
And he said it was his idea. So if you're having an affair with someone,
Mm-hmm.
and I know it was longer than the little 6 weeks
Oh,
he
yeah.
said. I mean,
Like
it's
6 months.
yeah, or a year even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably a year.
Yeah. Why would you want to have a child if you're messing around with somebody else and
Keep
you're
the story going to keep her quiet. to make
Yeah.
her think that everything's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about this stuff. I'm just keep her quiet, make her think that everything's okay, and so he just can keep doing what he's doing. Keep her at home, busy with the kids, so she doesn't
Yeah.
ask questions.
Yeah.
That's what that's for.
And all you're doing is just adding more stress, more problems, more aggravation. I mean, you're just adding to the problem. You're not nowhere near fixing a problem. You're
Right.
compounding it, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was like that little speech that he gave about on the computer. Remember, it was a class that he did where he was talking about relationships and having another baby and how it makes you closer. And everybody's like, what is he talking about? Did you see that? It was his YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're
It's
talking
like
about marriage counts or, relationships and stuff.
it's like it's like he's two different people.
And he believes in both. Bye, guys.
Right.
One second. I'm going to tell the kids goodbye and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
No. You're good. You're good. We work around life around here. We have to. Unjustified channel. Thank you, Eve. Yes, this is Miss Unjustified, Miss Kim. I love Miss Kim. So if you're not subscribed, which probably everybody is, but thinking everything was good with them, and that's so cruel because, eventually that's not going to work. Eventually that's not going to work. Eventually the gig is going to be up, right? So, I mean, I don't get how I guess that's the person inside, the narcissist that don't think ahead. They just think in the moment, like, let me just make sure everything's going how I want it to right now, and I'll worry about that bridge when I get to it, right? Crazy.
When I left, I mean, it's on video that I left and I was in my truck. I didn't load anything into my truck besides my tools, my container, my book bag, my water jug, my lunchbox.
Okay, but then what happened?
I drove out of the driveway.
No, before you drove out of the driveway. What happened with your wife and your kids?
I didn't do anything like that. They were still in the house.
I didn't do anything like that. They were still in the house.
I don't know, sir. I really don't know.
Your wife's not the type of person to vanish.
I know she's not.
She had 10 things on her schedule that meant she was going to be there the next day, that day, then the day after that, with friends, with a doctor. Okay? She didn't leave because she wanted to.
Okay.
So what happened?
I didn't do anything to her or the kids.
Was it an accident?
I didn't do anything.
Was it an accident?
There was no accident. I don't know if there was an accident in the house. I wasn't there for it.
It's a big deal if it's an accident, because we can work with that, Chris.
No.
I think that's maybe what happened.
I did not cause an accident. I didn't do anything to my wife and kids.
Was it a misunderstanding?
There's no misunderstanding. We had a talk. There was a misunderstanding where I didn't tell her about the affair.
Okay.
I didn't. That was the misunderstanding.
Miscommunication,
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
yeah.
Good.
But
Okay, so y'all, it's not a misunderstanding, it's a miscommunication. Get it right.
I probably should have told her right then, honestly. I mean, everything was out on the table anyways.
Right.
I should have told her right then. But I didn't, because I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
What was your plan? What were you going to do? I mean, how was the separation going to work?
Once we got separated, I'll get my own place, and then 50-50 split with the kids, that's what I was hoping.
Mm-hmm. What about Nikki?
Take it slow and just see if anything develops, when I'm, at my own place.
Okay.
I just find it hard to hear you talk about just having this emotional, conversation with Shanann, and you're bawling and crying together, and you have not shed one tear
Right.
in the 2 days that you've been here.
Right.
Not one. And help me understand that. Because I don't get it. These are your baby girls. And you have not shed one tear over them not being around. Chris, I lose my 4-year-old in the store for 10 seconds and I start to go panic. I have not seen any of that from you at all. Help me understand that.
I love those girls. I would never do anything just because I haven't shed a tear. You get
no, that's weird. Is that weird?
Don't look into that like I don't love my kids.
Tell me, explain to me. You're crying with your wife that you're leaving her.
Don't look at it that I don't love myself. Really?
Yeah.
But you don't cry that your 2 little baby girls.
I'm hoping they're still around somewhere. I'm hoping they're still somewhere.
Jimmy, you don't have them right now. You're not reading stories to them at night. You're not giving them midnight snacks. You're not giving them their medicine.
Go in hard, girl. Go.
You're not waking up with them in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I know this.
So that should cause you pain.
It does cause me pain.
But I don't see that. I want to see the Chris that cares. I want to see the Chris that, feels bad about what he did and wants to, get this off his chest and be done with this. And let us find your little girls so that they're not out there in the middle of a field or whatever somewhere. Don't do that.
I love those girls to death.
Then show us that. Show us this Chris, not this Chris.
I'm not showing you that. I'm showing you the Chris that cares about his girls and his wife. Just because I haven't shed a tear shouldn't make you feel like I haven't, that the love isn't there for them.
Fell in love with someone else.
It's weird.
Right. Now see, this is the first time she's rattled him.
Yeah.
Because she's like,
direct and raised your voice.
Yeah, she's going in hard now, like I would. Like I'm saying, look, come on, fool. We know. So now she's being a little more aggressive, I guess, if you want to call it that, because he's not coming clean with what he has done. So,
do you know if this wasn't the first interview they did? Was it that's recorded?
I think it was the first interview.
Okay,
I have to look back and see, but I'm pretty sure when I looked it up, I could have missed it.
It might be. I just couldn't remember because there was so much stuff going on around this. I mean, there was so much footage, and then I don't even know how long this interview is. It's pretty long, is it not? This particular one.
It's like this video is like 2 hours and something, but I don't know if it's all this interview or some mixed in here.
Okay, because I remember there was one interview one time when it first came. I could have swore it was like hours and hours, like at least like 5 to 10. It might have just been stretched out though, of people pausing it and stopping and stuff. But I just remember it being really long.
Yeah, and
I didn't know if it was all the same one or separate ones.
I think this is a collective of them.
Okay.
I have to look back at my thing and see, but I think this is a collective of a couple of interrogations that they went through with him. I'm pretty sure. I will look and see that what a dummy he is. I know. But this is the first time she's gotten any kind of, if you want to call it emotion out of him, but I think it's aggravation, to be honest.
Yeah.
But here we go.
It doesn't make sense.
I understand that.
You have to.
I totally see where you're coming from. Trust me, there's nothing. Just because
people can be pushed to the point where they do something that they regret. It happens every single day.
I know.
But part of what makes you a man is the guy that goes, really fucked up, but this is what I did, and I'm going to pay for what I did, and I'm going to tell you what I did, and I'm going to...
This is his first confession.
Okay. First confession.
Yeah.
Of many.
We can keep talking to you once we find these girls, okay? So once we find these girls and your wife, right, no matter how we find them, no matter what condition they're in, we can keep talking to you. You can tell us, guys, it's not as bad as it looks. And you can say, let me tell you what happened. I was never comfortable with you, Graham, or with you, Tam. No, I wasn't comfortable yet. But now that everything's known, now that the girls are found and Shanann's found, however they're found, it's okay. We can keep talking to you. Okay?
Chris, did Shanann do something to them?
No, I don't know.
I'm curious.
I have no clue.
But you would have known.
Wonder what makes them want to go that route, though, right?
Uh,
I still kind of wonder what makes them say that so insistently, though, as that route. Like, did Shanann do something to them? Like,
yeah, because if they're all three missing, why would you go that route?
right? Why would you go that route? What makes you
Mhm.
want to say that? Because again, we watch lots of interrogations and different things, and not to say like one route isn't picked sometimes. I'm not saying it is, but it's almost like how they keep like harping on, did she do it? You know,
Yeah.
people can get pushed. People can get pushed. Did she do it? So
Yeah.
it does make you wonder what else that they like uncovered, if it was just supposed to be the controlling aspect. I wonder what the parents' texts were like between him and his parents, if there were any texts that they recovered.
And the thing is, what did people tell you?
Yeah.
Because you know they've interviewed people.
Well, like the Lindstroms again or whatever, though. Look what I said that they had said right out the gate. They thought that she had kind of snapped and done it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, again, I wonder what else.
Yeah, somebody put the idea in their head, I think.
Yeah. And I don't think it was just the one interview of the
No.
of the you know, the Lindstrom saying that or something like that.
Yeah,
So again,
no.
it is interesting that they keep going towards that route so much.
Right.
Like
And
an escape
I'm not
route.
I'm not accusing anybody of
No,
anything.
I'm not either.
You know,
I'm not either
but
at all.
it's just funny how they went this route.
Yeah.
Especially if it's the victim that you're
Yeah.
looking for. Why would you go that route?
Yeah,
Only
it's victim blaming right out the gate almost.
Yeah, because if just say that he caught Shanann doing something, and then he hurt Shanann, why would he hurt the girls?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? If Shanann is the one doing it, why would he hurt his girls after he hurt Shanann? That makes no sense. If you're protecting your girls, why are you going to hurt them?
Yeah.
So that's something put the idea in their head, unless they just think they have to go down every avenue.
Yeah, and I'm sure there is like some type of aspect to that. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how much of questioning was like this was done before, if at all recorded.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if this was the first time he actually sat down and really spoke to them or not. I don't know. I know he did some kind of phone things, but I don't know if those are all recorded either.
Yeah, I don't either. And you know they have his phone, so and they probably know about the secret app.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Victim blaming works. You know, like
Yeah,
that's crazy to me. That actually still works on some of these situations.
Yeah. And that's why I said when we start covering, Shanann's videos and stuff, I'm definitely not victim blaming, but you have to look at both sides. You have
because if it's there, it's there. I
Yeah.
mean, because there's even one of his friends too that said that, a lot of, like, I think it was one of his close childhood friends that said that his mother would say stuff to him about Shanann, but he said he never really had a bad experience with her other than what people said.
Right.
You know what I mean? So not everybody said that, but I mean, again, you do have to, I mean, what's it to hurt to look through this? I don't know. I don't see what it hurts to look through this information and just see why it happened the way it happened.
Right.
Why did it go down the way it went down? Why did we get information the way we got it?
Right. Yeah.
Because again, there is some reason for that. There is some reason for things being redacted and hidden. That's not, in them coming to this like agreement of letting him take this, like, what was it, 4 life sentences or whatever. Well, I actually think it was 5, wasn't it? Wasn't it 5 life sentences? Because I remember
and
hearing it and being like, well, what's the 5th? And nobody really explained that either, because I mean, who's the 5th person? Unless I'm wrong about that, but
no, it was like 5, and I still don't understand what the 5th one is either.
Yeah, and again, never heard them talk about and come out and do press conferences for some of the things that they've come out and do for. So yeah, I'm just curious. why those things happen, and it makes you wonder some of the things they're saying in here.
Yeah, Megan, look who's in here.
Oh, hi, Scout. How are you? It has been a long time. I was just thinking about you the other day when you and I came on a while ago. I don't know if you remember, Tammy. We were talking about Sebastian and stuff, and Scout had popped in then too.
Yeah. Very cool. Hi, Scout. Good to see you.
I know we always see Scout with the blast from the past, right?
Yeah. Yep. I didn't have a channel then, so I kind of want to go over it now and give my opinion on it.
Yeah.
So we're
it's
just
an interesting case. It's very interesting. I mean, because everybody, there's both sides to everything in the sense of like what really happened in reality. Again, no one's victim blaming. We just want to know.
And you know, the weird thing is this case was the shortest case and it has the most information.
That's because we don't really know what happened. And you know that
Yeah.
we don't really know what happened. Again, and why was certain information sold to us the way it was sold to us? Like, what
Right.
is there that they don't want you looking at? Again,
Right.
when they're saying, don't look at this because we told you not to,
hmm
then I kind of want to look at it. I'm sorry. Why are we talking about like who's the father? Why are we talking about alcohol levels in a why are we talking about this stuff? Kind of
Right.
even if just say it was being talked about in the media, they don't usually address it.
Right.
You know, it's never usually addressed.
Mhm.
So why was it addressed?
Right. Yeah.
If I mean,
Exactly.
'cause I'd be like, well, who cares? Let them talk. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not important. It's not like relevant into the
Yeah.
sense that it didn't really play a part. And here's the information, but there's stuff redacted.
hmm
There's two people who are more than likely very much had a hand in on it, physically, literally everything,
Yeah.
planning, logistics, all of it. They both worked together at this place too, where the bodies were distributed. So I don't know. I mean, you can't to say don't look because it makes us uncomfortable.
hmm
Well, then maybe you shouldn't look if it makes you
Right.
uncomfortable.
Right. There's
Kind of
something
is
you
how
don't
I
want us
feel.
to see.
Yeah.
You know, there's stuff that like autopsies, parts of the autopsy we can't see and we won't know.
Mhm.
Um.
But
So
why? Why?
yeah, why? Because
Why
you don't
not?
want us to know the truth. Because there's something you don't want us to know.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
And that's where I go back to just some of the other stuff, you know, that we were talking about. And I know this is a little bit off, but when you talk about like the rituals and numbers and how things were used and things like that, some of that is relevant when you start to look into the behaviors of Nicole
Yeah.
Kessinger and the stuff that they did, how Watts is talking about some of these behaviors. I don't know. I mean,
Well, she
again,
talks about. He talks about how she did the dark side of stuff. He talked about it.
when we talk about the demons being in the room with them, and I know
Yeah.
you're getting this stuff, but with everything coming out, let's be realistic. If there's a good, if there's, you know, people want to believe like there's no evil, but that's unrealistic, right? If there's good,
Right.
there's evil. If there's dark,
Right.
there's light. So
Right.
why can't people talk about what it is in that
Right.
sense? So I do think Nicole very much incorporated a lot of that into that, and that will
Yeah.
mind wash somebody, you know, and like you said, he was drinking stuff every night that he didn't know what it was. She
hmm
was making him
Yeah. He
tea
even
every
said
night.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know what it was,
Yeah.
but he would completely knock out and stuff
It
like
was.
that.
It was going in his thrive too. So
Yeah.
there's the other thing. You're mixing it with something that you
You
probably
don't know
shouldn't
what
have
either
been
one of
mixing
them
it.
are.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are really approved.
No.
You know what I mean? And then if he was drinking alcohol, just say on top of it, he wasn't sleeping. You know, if he wasn't eating certain things either, you don't eat carbs, you're kind of starving your brain of certain supply too. You know what I mean? And he wasn't eating a lot of that stuff. So I'm just saying there's a lot of factors you go into it. It's just, I don't know. There's a lot of questions. And I do wonder why is so much redacted? Why is so much
Yeah.
being hidden?
Right.
And that's why so many people get sucked back to it.
Yeah.
Because people just want to know the truth. When you feel like you're being lied to, you can't help but gravitate back to
Yeah.
what is the truth. The same thing with Summer Wells, the same thing with Sebastian Rogers, the same thing with Madeline McCann, the same thing with
With the
Casey
Guthrie
Anthony.
case.
That's what I'm saying, like Casey Anthony,
Yeah.
Nancy Gunther, Casey Anthony and the Proudfoots and like the Summer Wells parents, like they're all in the same family to me now. You don't even need
Yeah.
to be convicted. You all look the same to me. If I see you out in
Right.
public, I'm gonna go. That's it. And again, I'm sorry, maybe that's not my naiveness, but I'm sorry. You look at certain things. That's how I feel. That's my opinion,
Right.
and I'm
Yeah.
entitled to it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think you look at these certain things, they give you gut feelings, and to ignore your gut feelings to me is naive.
Yeah. There's a reason why so much is kept from us.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. All is good. How are you lovely ladies all doing? I'm good, Scout. I'm good.
We are. Thank you. How are you
Got a little,
doing?
got a little cold, but you know, there's that.
Yes. How's it in New York? It's probably is it cold out there right now? I'd imagine. It's usually
Yeah.
cold around February.
Maybe snow.
We had
Probably.
a snowstorm when I was out there in February. I just missed it by like 2 days, a blizzard, like a snowstorm. So
Oh
we
my God.
almost got snowed in.
Waltz Island still has so many unanswered questions, and we do have a broken judiciary. You're right. Amen.
Everything's
Amen.
being hidden, you know, in these systems when you look at it now,
Mhm.
and you see all the ties, and it's kind of like, and you always do kind of look at stuff and you're like, oh, how unfair that seemed. And you kind of just like, oh, well, I guess that's life. And you look at it, no, it actually was unfair. It was rigged.
It's too many people connected to too many things, and they don't want those things coming out, so they hide it.
Yeah. And
It's
they're all hiding it
connected.
because they're hiding each other's secrets too.
That's
So
what
the
I'm
further
saying.
up you
Yeah.
go, yeah, and the further up you go, the worse it gets. And the
Yep.
well, not even. I mean, it's all bad.
Yeah.
But you
I
know,
mean,
like it's getting worse and worse and worse the further up it gets. So
yeah. Like
that's how I feel
Hollywood and
about
all them up there.
yeah. But I mean, that's how I feel even about like Sebastian's case. That's how it starts. That's where you get it trickles from the top down to people like that.
Yep.
In the judicial system, you know.
Yeah, because when they
Cases like
start
that.
getting away with stuff, they just keep getting away with it.
Yeah,
I
and then
mean, why
and they
not?
elevate from those positions,
Yep.
the top ones where they are now.
Yep. Actually,
had to start
45
somewhere.
degrees today. Yeah, you're right. There got to be a little person at some point, right?
Yeah, they got to weasel their way up from somewhere.
Yep, from the gutter.
Mm-hmm.
45 degrees today, and you're getting snow tomorrow. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about that earlier, Scout. It was like 70 degrees the last 2 days, and guess what? Tonight's going to be 30.
Is
How
it
about
supposed
that?
to be cold tonight?
How about that?
What is it?
Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Eve. And it's streaming on Megan's channel too, so that way she gets views also.
Yes,
So go over there to her channel and hit the like for her too.
Yes, we've doubled stream. So if you're
Yeah.
in chat and you can't, and like someone's not seeing your comments, just try to hop over to the other chat and join and chat from there because we haven't. I haven't completely figured out.
I ain't either. Yeah.
Because when Lee comes in under Tom, like Tom Lee, you know, that's like he's under the same account, Tom and Lee.
Yeah.
But when he comes in, like under my chat, like I see it over here in my room. But when Chris was in my chat, I didn't see it, or Tara. They had to come into yours.
Okay.
So that's weird. I don't know how that worked.
Yeah. It's weird how that is. Yeah.
I haven't
So go over there to, just in case, go over to Megan's and give her a like so she gets likes too. But we both get a live stream. So which I need to sit and try to figure out how that works. But yeah. So we're trying to do it so we both get, the views and stuff. And we're going to be going back and forth. We're going to go to Megan's channel too, and we're going to do some stuff over there.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to do it for my main channel today, but I don't think it really. I guess it's coming up the same. It seems so.
Okay.
It seems like.
Yeah.
It seems like everything goes live at the same time.
Yeah. So make sure you're subscribed over there. So when Megan goes live, I'll be live and she'll be live, and we'll be able to stream it together.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who's liked both and hopped into both chats. We appreciate it.
I meant to say that last time, like hop into both chats, but I think it was so new and we were just trying it out that we were not really quite sure.
Yeah, we didn't know how it worked anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but we're going to keep doing it this way, and maybe we'll figure it out.
I agree with and I agree with Scott. It's heartbreaking about Summer and Sebastian and these other cases, and that's kind of where we talk about the Nancy Guthrie. Have they just stopped talking about Nancy Guthrie now?
Yeah.
Do we have the random male's DNA and they cleared the family, and now we're just not talking about it no more because she's in Mexico? Is that what's happened?
They never clear families
that quickly, right?
You don't ever they never actually clear anybody from a case. I think there's only been one case ever that the family has actually been cleared. They just take them out as people of interest,
Right.
But to be cleared is a big word. So I don't know if
when Chris Proudfoot said they were cleared, that's a big statement, is it not? Even Peter Hyatt, when he talked about Sebastian and Summer Wells, nobody's cleared when children are missing.
Right.
And Summer Wells' case and Sebastian Rogers' case is, and more a little bit, I think, with Sebastian Rogers because of the autism element. And I think Peter Hyatt worked directly with a lot of kids with autism. But those were two cases you could tell really got under his skin. When he would talk about him, it's mainly a little bit more with Sebastian when he talked about Chris Proudfoot. You could tell he could not stand him. In the sense of who he was, how he lied, and things like that.
And he knew the truth. That's probably why.
Yeah.
He probably had it pretty much figured out. You know.
And you could tell that was a case that really bothered him, how much Chris Proudfoot would runs his mouth on lives and things like that, and he'd be like, oh yeah, he's a real big man, Mr. Chris, huh? Mr. Chris, real big man. He's
got little man syndrome because he's not very big.
No, well, that's his mama. That's his mama, always making sure that nobody offends him and nobody hurts his feelings, and because the umbilical cord's still there, and it's just it's a little bit weird that you want to like claim you're such like you're such a man, but yet your mama is protecting you from every single thing
Yeah.
that
And
comes your way. And what
they
does the
think-
dad do? You
they
know,
think, his stepdad.
is that his stepdad? I was wondering. He's all goofy looking all the times too. He just stands there looking like some little piece of furniture next to the mom, like a little dog. You know,
That's
she
his
might as well.
step-
Yeah,
that's-
might as well put him in a little purse and put him on her shoulder the way he looks. You know.
That's his stepdad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
Um,
strange mess. And you notice he hasn't talked. They haven't been on podcasts or YouTube channels and talked in a while.
I think it's because he gets drunk or something. Something's wrong with him that he randomly, or maybe it's just the arrogance. Maybe it's just the ego. I feel like it's a little bit of that, but I think it's alcohol too with them both.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he gets on there and he gets a little bit of like, alcohol in him, a whiskey or something, and he just starts shooting his mouth off. And that just shows you again, what was Sebastian dealing with at home? If he can do all this and talk about Sebastian the way he talks about him, what was he doing to him at home?
Right.
And look how kid, all this like Sebastian's missing because he told the truth. That's the most infuriating thing.
Alcohol makes some people angry.
Yeah.
So if you're already an angry person and then you're drinking alcohol and it makes you angry too, you know what I mean?
It's going to be like magnified, for the most part. There's going to be those very, like, there was somebody I knew that they would talk about their family member like that when they first started being able to tell they had like alcohol problems or something. They would say like, when this person started drinking, it was like, oh, well, such and such is drinking, like, yay, like it was a fun thing. Right. And then it was like, oh, like such and such is drinking. Like, you know what I mean? And that's how I feel like it is with like Chris Proudfoot. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, Chris is drinking. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's on the second day of whiskey now. I kind of watch out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think his mom is the same way. I think she's not. I mean, this is all in my opinion.
Right. Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah. This is just my opinion. And just because I listen to the way that he talks and goes on these lives and stuff, and he gets going, and like all the people that are hosting the lives, like they're just getting off on it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're probably all drinking before the show starts. Yeah. And so, and because they know once it all goes down again, they're going to be the ones to go, well, I didn't know, I just didn't want to accuse an innocent person. Get out of here. You know exactly what you were doing.
And it's drama. And so people are going to be there for it. So
yeah. And it's a way to go, well, I didn't know, like, don't take it out on me. Like, I was just here trying to give them a platform.
I was just supporting a parent of a missing child.
One who talks like them, like they're like, I don't even want to say how I feel like he talks about him, because I feel like it's disrespectful. That's what I'm saying. Like the stuff he says, I don't even want to repeat, and it's just like, I just can't understand how people can give that person a platform. I don't get how she can sit there and let her husband go up there and say the stuff that he says about Sebastian.
Right.
Like Sebastian's just one case that I think, again, like I'll just never forget it. It's completely changed the way I looked at stuff, how things are handled, how CPS handled, how someone can be so blatantly disgusting of a person to a child, and it just gets ignored, but people turn their blind eye to it.
And the problem is,
why are they even acknowledging this?
Yeah, why are they letting them do it? And CPS, I'm hearing more horror stories than I'm hearing good stories.
Well, now you're starting to hear they're taking away the kids to give them away on purpose, because you hear stuff where these kids have been taken away, and it's like, and you look at stuff and you're like, wow, that was kind of harsh for what was supposed to be done, or something. And then again, this is all stuff that's coming out now, so we'll see as it comes out more and more.
Yeah.
But they're saying the CPS thing is very much a part. Some of these are very much a part of change. They're just taking the children and giving them away.
Yeah.
So I just think that if you want to try to keep them in the home, obviously, and make sure that the parents, whatever, but with this situation, he shouldn't have been left there with Chris Proudfoot.
I agree, and I don't think Chris Proudfoot was supposed to be there that day. I think it all stems from him not supposing to be there, and it went.
Yeah, and that's what makes it hard about CPS now, because what do you do now that you have the accusations of what they possibly do, and now that something like Sebastian's case where he shouldn't have been there with him? What
how do you trust
now?
him?
Yeah, who do you trust?
Yeah, because in Summer's case, they had already been out there several times. Summer should not have even been there.
And
she should have already been
that. How do these kids get taken and given away when they shouldn't? And the ones who should have been taken away just get left. I don't understand
Right.
how the decision gets made.
They're backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you lose faith in the system.
Yeah, you do lose faith in the system. Yep.
So
Very
you
much.
kind of want to see some changes coming out of it, hopefully,
Yeah.
sometime soon.
Yeah.
So
let's go. We're going to listen probably. Let's listen a little longer because I don't think we've even gotten 30 minutes into the video. So let's listen. But I like it like this because we're chatting and talking, and I that's what I want to do.
yeah, and it brings just up other stuff you think about, you know.
Right, exactly.
Did Shanann do something to them, and then did you feel like you had to do
Man,
something?
it got loud all of a sudden.
They were at the house when I left. They were there.
They weren't there. They didn't leave. They vanished.
They were
The
there.
only way they could have left is in your truck.
There's no way, because, like, I didn't just throw them in my truck.
Yeah, you did.
You know your truck has GPS,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because you told your boss, like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to separation.
I'm gonna go let the dog
out.
Whatever.
Uh,
You know that thing pings every 10 seconds?
Yep.
So we will know exactly where you went.
And your company's giving that to us.
I know.
Okay. Are we not asking the right questions, Chris?
You're asking all the questions.
You're
What are we
asking
not
all the
asking
questions.
Right. What are we doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong.
Did Shanann do something?
I think she did anything to these kids. We both love them with all our hearts. There's no way.
It could have been an accident. Something happened in the house that you know about. You failed the polygraph test, right? So this is not about, did you leave and your wife vanished and you didn't know anything about it. That was not what you were asked, okay?
Okay.
We know that something happened to all three of them. But I want to know, did something happen to these baby girls first that you had to take into your own hands and deal with?
You had to clean it up for Shanann.
Chris, you gotta tell us. There's something that happened to these baby girls. Look at them.
I know. Before you came in, I was watching videos.
Uh-huh.
We have no doubt you love these girls with all of your heart. And no doubt. But we make mistakes.
That's okay.
It's what we do with those mistakes that make us who we are.
Chris, it seems like you're thinking about it right now. What are you thinking about?
She could have.
I feel like you cleaned up for her. I feel like that's the type of guy that you are. Which one of these has the breathing thing?
Well, they both have inhalers, but she has the EOE. And she's with us esophagitis.
Does she have problems breathing?
Only like with her allergies and whatnot, like if she had anything next, but she's home with the endoscopies and everything and the surgeries I told you about.
Do you think she had trouble breathing that night? And Shanann freaked out? And didn't want to live without her baby girl?
So,
Did you hear about the homicide that happened in Aurora where the guy beat that family to death with a ball-peen hammer?
What?
The only person that survived was a 3-year-old sibling. And that sibling grew up to be a total mess.
Yes,
No family, no mom and dad, no brother, sister. Just her by herself.
Why did they bring this up?
She says, I wish I could die.
Huh?
Why did they bring this up? Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what's this got to do with it? Where are you going with this? Because none of them are alive.
Yeah.
With them. And there are times that people freak out. I've seen it. I mean, I've been in law for almost 20 years. I've seen it. Parents freak out and they're like, oh my God, like, I can't have my baby girls live without each other. They're best friends.
I don't think when the parent does it, they freak out.
You know, they wake each other up in the
I
morning.
think you're talking about people who are innocent there, Chick.
She's trying to say that something happened to Cece, and Shanann couldn't live with the fact that something happened to Cece.
Okay, got you. Now I'm following.
She killed herself and her other daughter.
Okay.
That's what she's trying to say, because the other little girl said she wished that she had died with her family because she lives by herself. She can't.
Gotcha.
She had to live without them.
Okay.
That's where she's going with it.
Understand that. We had a mom in Castle Rock that suffocated both her baby girls. She's like, my husband was going to take them, and she's like, I just couldn't handle. I thought I was doing right by them. I thought I was saving them pain. And I get it.
Why? Why should she saving the pain?
She didn't want them to have to live without their mom.
So he didn't do that because he's like, why?
Yeah.
So that's not an avenue. Like, she just looked at him like, well, we can go down a different avenue because he just said why. So
he's
kind of like what Scout's saying. To see if maybe it tugs on something, to see if a response. Because like you were saying, how like we feel like when he says the stuff about Bella or something, like you can kind of feel there's something there.
Yeah.
With that, you can very much. He's like, well, why? Why would well, you wouldn't need to ask that if you probably know why.
But what they're not realizing, they're talking to somebody that has no. If they haven't cried or showed you anything so far, what makes you think this is going to work?
That's the thing. It sounds like he almost tries to hold back a giggle every now and then, which is even a little bit weirder, because then you think about like how he talks about the Bella thing, and then you find out that he kind of threw up and had the other stuff happen when some of the stuff was happening. So and again, it could just be like a nervous laugh. He could have a nervous laugh. I know people who do that too. So I say that, but he could just have a nervous laugh, and that's where it's coming from.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to say that something happened to Cece, and Shanann couldn't live without Cece and didn't want Bella to live without her.
Or like even like it's better off taking them both and leaving them with somebody who's going to mistreat them. Kind of like a mercy killing. Again, which I kind of feel like that's what Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot convinced themselves they were kind of doing with Sebastian. I felt like they used his autism as the mercy part of it, and the other part of it as like, well, he's already autistic, and then like, what are we gonna do once we're caught? So we're fucked too. So let's just mercy for everybody kind of thing. Like that's how I feel like happened in Sebastian, and kind of like Summer's a bit in a way too. If you're looking at the CPS aspect of it with Summer, that they like, because you said like if something was different about a CPS report, right? Or Summer was getting old enough to have a CPS, something was changing, right? Summer's.
Well, she was fixing to go to school.
Yeah, so she could have said something and people would have started knowing.
So and Summer talked. Summer liked to talk.
And wasn't something a felony, though? It was different, too? Like, it was a felony instead of just a regular with the other two?
Yeah, because of her age.
Her age, yeah. So it would have been a felony with Summer.
Yeah.
And then Sebastian would have been a felony, too, because he's a vulnerable individual. So that would have been a felony.
And you look at it as, CPS has reports. Well, if the victim of the report is no longer here,
they can't do it.
They can't get you for the reports that are there,
right? And that's why Chris Proudfoot brags on the fact that he can get his daughter, because those were just reports that were dismissed or not there no more. They're not existent,
relevant. Yeah,
right. They're not relevant no more because he's not here. He's a ninja. He disappeared.
He's not here, and he can't talk for himself no longer.
And he'll tell you that in the interview in a roundabout way. That's what he's telling you.
And I believe Sebastian was doing that. I believe, in my opinion, he had been talking to the teachers. Yeah. I believe he was speaking out for himself.
I think that's why he even used to like to ask, when you told me, and I thought it was cute when you said he used to ask the security guard or the little officer every morning, like, oh, how many tickets are you going to give out today? Because I think that poor little thing, he just daydreamed about his ass being like Chris and being arrested for his behavior or whatever he did. So it was like living vicariously through all these tickets, or I don't know, that's just my idea. He's probably like, oh, I'd love for him to actually get a ticket for being mean to me You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So I think that's why he
yeah,
asked, sometimes
yeah. That was cute to know
Yeah.
that he did that. I mean, he
everything.
showed you he had a little cute personality,
Mhm.
and he liked to joke around, and it showed that he did like people.
And he understood wrong from right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in my opinion, he was a very smart child. I
Yeah.
think they just basically um, played him down to make it look better for him just walking off. But I think everybody is at the point now that they know he just didn't walk off. They just don't know what happened.
Well, and I think they hope too. Most people are going to think, well, he's autistic, so there wasn't much. Again, because my son being autistic and the same age and all that stuff, like I just feel like that's my gut feeling of what they're trying to do with that too. And I don't think it just has to have an autistic child to think that. I think anybody can realize that at first they try to make it seem like he wasn't that intelligent because they don't
Right.
want you to make it seem like you're missing anything that much. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
And I think
it's
it's
not a
fucking
big loss.
disgusting. Yeah, and I think it's disgusting. And
It
they're
is
disgusting. And if anything,
Yeah.
they should be the ones lost right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I totally agree.
they are lost.
Chris, this is a way
Yeah,
to be
you're right.
for the rest of your life until we resolve it tonight. Unless we can talk about this more tonight, it's gonna follow you forever. I promise you, when you start talking to us, you will feel better. I know you already feel better about getting the Nikki off your chest.
Please don't like involve her in the news or anything like that.
Please don't involve her.
Yeah,
Like,
that's,
help me.
that's
Uh-huh.
just irritating.
Chris, we're giving you a lifeline right now.
Who cares
You need
about
to
her?
take it. You need to reach out and take it.
sickening.
Did they look like this for night, the last night you were with them?
She had that dress on, like, on the 8th or 9th. It wasn't this, but she had that dress on. I remember I had 2 buttons on the back. I take them off so I get her done on that night.
Did you guys make sure that they were warm when you left the house?
Make sure they're warm. They're always warm. They always have, when they're in the beds, they're always warm.
Were you guys taking care of them at the very end?
They're always taken care of. They never miss a meal.
They're trying to trip him up.
Did you guys? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not saying just me though.
Out of the house with
No.
blankets and
He's not
animals.
correcting it.
Nope.
And that's because he cared. That's what a caring dad does.
I mean, I'm always caring for these kids. There's nothing in this
These kids.
for my life.
Yeah, detaching from them,
Mm-hmm.
dehumanizing them, like
believe
Ray
that.
was kind of saying, like
I believe that. And I believe
dissociation.
someone made
Mhm.
a mistake, whether it was you or Shanann. And you either cleaned up after Shanann or you made the mistake. And I mean, I want to believe that maybe Shanann did it and
Really?
you felt compelled to fix this so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I want to believe.
Really?
But I don't know, you're not telling me that, so it makes me think the worst. Like, did you
I
do
did
that
not do
to all three of them?
I did not
Like,
do
Wouldn't that
anything.
all be the worst? Like, makes me think the worst. She's like, well, you're not telling me that it was her that killed him, so like, it makes me think the worst, like it was you. Like, wouldn't it all be the worst?
Yeah. Why one?
I
Why
think a
one?
mother killing her children is the worst. A pregnant mother,
Yeah.
and like often, or you have an.
Yeah.
I just think that, again, just watching it back, it's funny to hear her say. I mean, and we know what they're doing. It's just funny to hear her say it that way.
Yeah, and it's very. We know what they're doing. It's still aggravating for them to blame the victim,
Yeah.
in my opinion, and a mom. But I get why they're doing it, but it's still.
I don't know. I'd probably just been like, I just think your girlfriend and you did it. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's-
I know
that would
you're saying that like
Yeah.
you didn't do anything, but I really just think you and your girlfriend did it.
That's what.
You
Yeah.
had 4 chicken breasts on the grill like the night it happened, like
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't think you ate 4 chicken breasts and they're not there now. So
Right. I mean,
you
why?
feed Jim too because he was gonna be extra needing like the protein or like
Right. What you need extra protein for, Chris? I
Yeah.
mean,
he's gonna be
why-
extra burning stuff that night.
Why would she go straight after the mom who's missing?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go after the girlfriend? Well, I think maybe it's more your
Especially
girlfriend.
because they know he was cheating at this point. So that's
Right.
usually how you see it go. It's like, oh, I pretty
Yeah.
much feel like you and your girlfriend probably did it. And
Yeah,
who's
that's-
Jim, by the way? Why
Yeah.
does she keep saying, well, don't talk about Jim? Like,
Right.
Why are you keep saying that, girl?
Yeah. So that would have been the angle I would have went at is, well, I think your girlfriend had something to do with it because you kept saying, don't talk about her, don't bring her into this. So I'm going to go that route instead. I think they would have got more out of him going that way
I do too.
than going after Shanann, who's the victim.
Yeah, I think you would have got more of like the truth, like the slips of like what actually happened, and like
Right.
kind of like, and like Scout's kind of saying too, like now, like kind of what we were saying before, like with the tone of his voice, you can hear it shift, which you can hear in most interrogations. But yeah, we were saying earlier, Scout, that we kind of felt too like he didn't really hurt the kids, or the
Yeah.
you know, because you can hear it in the tone of the voice.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they went the wrong.
And there's a brief second when he says, "I didn't hurt the kids or her." That I do believe.
Right.
He says her, and I believe him too. There, I
Yeah.
don't feel like he did it to her either.
Yeah.
Like he could barely yell at her. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and if he
Well-
did it with her, then maybe he participated like in holding down kind of
Well,
thing.
there's
But I don't think it was all like him choking her on top of her.
No, because there was a time, in this interview, I don't know if it's this interview, but in one of them, he says, it was like somebody had their hands over mine and they put
Right.
my hands on her throat.
Right.
So to me, that's saying somebody did it for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Like someone was like, man up and do it kind of thing.
Well,
Like,
he
you know what I
couldn't,
mean? Like
so
I
they
say,
helped
and
him.
that seems like something like another man would say, or like a really controlling woman, like kind of like a mistress who's already
Yeah.
telling you to abandon your whole family
Yep.
and your pregnant wife for them.
Yeah.
Could be
And
one
then
of those
help.
two.
Yeah. And then, so probably another man would probably have helped him out. You know,
Yeah.
leaving him alone might have been there.
And when they said the amount of chicken breast, I don't know why that sounds like such a stupid detail, but they asked him about that picture with the chicken breast on
Yeah.
the grill the night before. And why do they ask him about that? And I think it's because them two were at the house and he made dinner for them all.
Yeah.
All three of them.
They know 4 people was there probably.
Was the kids even alive then yet still? Or you think they were probably already whatever? Because the sun was, it was 6 o'clock, I think, in that picture almost. So
Yeah.
they probably already got their medicine or whatever.
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
did then
for
that
sure.
night. But I
Yeah.
think that the kids were kind of already gone by that time too, almost, if they weren't close to it. You know what I
And
mean?
he could have said it was for me, Nikki, Bella, and Cece. That's why there was 4 there.
Yeah. I don't know. I always just feel like it was for Jim though.
But we don't know because we don't know what was in the
Cece,
contents
because
of the
Cece and
stomach.
Bella could have split one in reality,
Yeah.
a kid, because they said at the beginning. But again, those chicken breasts always stood out to me. The fact that they asked about him and the fact that, like, I think there was 3 adults there.
Yeah, they want to know why there was the amount that they had.
It was a lot.
Yeah. Listening to the tone and the pitch of Chris's voice, there was a small part of me that really thought he did not hurt his children or kill his children, and that it was somebody.
Right.
Yeah, me and Megan are in agreement that we don't think it was him.
Mm-mm. Definitely not for the girls. And with the Shanann, I don't feel like he did either. I feel like, again, just because of what you said about the hands being around his hands, and then I just don't think he had it in him to do it. I don't think he had it in him to look her in the face and choke her.
That's why I think that there was that long conversation. What was it, an hour and 11 minutes or something like that, because she was keeping him on the phone
Right.
to try to tell him.
And the same thing with, I feel like, with Chris Prophet, keeping Katie on point. Like, don't change your mind about giving your kids to me and my family tonight and handing them over because we got to do this. Like, we got to do this. Like, don't change your mind, Katie.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion.
Don't renege, you know. Don't.
Yeah, like we can't change our mind. It's done.
Right. Yeah,
If we
too
go
late.
backwards, we could even be in deeper shit.
Yeah, you can't back out now.
I mean, you've already tripped everybody's security systems, Katie. Yeah, you already did all that. You already did all that. You already done ransacked the whole security systems of everybody's neighborhood. So I mean, we can't really go back because then everybody's gonna wonder why their security systems ain't working.
Right. Because I had Vivint not too many years before they had Vivint. So when I had we had our house in North Carolina, that's who we had was Vivint.
Yeah.
I had a key or the pad that you put in your house. I forget what they call them, but the control panel that they put in your house, and you have all your, you put in
Yeah.
you lock yourself in, and you do all the things. Well, mine had a camera on it, and because I used to look in and check on my dogs when I was at work. I would look in and check on the dog and see because they had a dog door, and I was checking on them going in and out and stuff. And you could, at any point in time, you can look in that house.
Yeah.
So I feel Shanann could do that too.
Yeah. Maybe that's why she changed the password right before she got home. She could kind of hear
Yeah.
the doors and the different back and doors
Yeah.
opening and closing. And there was another channel who had pointed that out. And I don't know if they ever released a video about it completely, but they had pointed out like when she was going in and out the garage. And I don't know if it was almost like there was a double door to it almost.
Mm-hmm.
There was something about that garage that they were pointing out, and I never was able to find, because it was a short. They uploaded a short of like, oh, here's the connection to a video I'm going to release soon about, something that people missed about the security and stuff. So I've always looked for it. I've never found it. But I don't know if that there was a double entrance maybe to the garage or the base, something that doubled so that you could go in and out of the same area and you didn't realize it, kind of thing. Or
Well, there was 2 doors, but then there was a little door beside the 2 garage doors.
It was something with the doors, I think, and it would be interesting to know what those all went to. Did one go downstairs or did one go straight outside? Like, I'm just curious, where did all them doors go? And I think that
there was one right next to both of the garage doors that lifted for the vehicles, but they only put Shanann's in there.
right.
And then there was a door, of course, that came from the house down that went down into the basement. But in the back, down in the basement, there weren't any doors. They were windows.
So do you think they took her out the window?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So
Because
I
there's
don't know.
no
I need
cameras
to see a
around
layout
there.
of this house. I've never seen a true layout of the house, like the
Mhm.
basement, how it goes from the outside to. I've always seen like the back patio doors
Mm-hmm.
that she stands on to record, and then I've seen the staircase that goes down into the basement. But I've
Yeah.
never seen how it really looks from the outside of the back of the house, and I've always been kind of curious.
Well, it's
just
like
how it looks.
It's like big windows, but they have these gated things that are around them that protect the window, and you would have to crawl over the gated thing and go down
To get to
in
the
there
basement.
and then go through the window that way. But
Yeah.
there's no cameras over there because Chris said there wasn't. So I don't think it was the side that was next to Nosy Nate.
So and then, but
It was the
like,
other side.
So in the video where they're talking about she's in the truck in the driveway, then you don't think that that's what they were doing then, right?
She could have already been in there. They could have loaded her already and drove around.
Oh, okay.
And she could have already been in the truck and then picked the kids. Because at that point, they're picking the kids up and putting them in the truck. You can see it from the camera.
Yeah, you can see the kid running out.
Yeah.
So
at my
I'm
point,
wondering.
Yeah, she was already in there at my point, I believe.
At that point, okay.
Because I think they took her out the side. And I don't think it was Nosy Nate's side because his camera kind of recorded quite a bit. But I don't think the lady on the other side, she had anything on that side. That's why that when you walk on the porch and the door's right there, then to the right, you have like that whole space where the chairs and stuff was.
Mm-hmm.
There was something going on over there on the other side of that little porch area. The side that was facing the lady, not Nate, but the side that was facing the lady.
Who does the interview on? It's behind him.
Yes, in my
They
opinion.
say the cushions are moved or different angles, and
yes,
I think both of our earth signs know that we would align it perfectly. So yes, I do have to agree. If I were to walk up to my porch and see it out of line like that, which she did that night, I would have fixed it. So I don't know what that was about, and that's not a huge point, but I'm just saying, I would imagine you're probably the same way, right?
Yeah.
Like if you see something out of line, you're going to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bad. I mean, a picture.
It'll annoy me. Yeah.
Even in somebody else's house, if they're not looking and I see something.
I know. I would go to my friend's house and I'd start like sweeping and shit. She'd be like, Megan, stop. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, it really has nothing to do with like, I just have to. Like, I can't.
Sorry.
Like, I'd even clean out their hairbrushes and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Just let me do what I'm doing.
Eyesore. Just let
Yeah.
me do it.
Yeah, just forgive me, but I'm gonna
Let
do
me
it.
clean your house.
Yeah. Remember NK telling Chris he wanted to give him first son? Yep. And when she heard Shanann was pregnant with a boy, that really got
Yeah,
her. I agree. I agree. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. As a mom of 3 dogs, CW pissed me off on deer. Amen. Yes. And was taken care of when he was staying and playing with his cupcake.
Yeah.
He did neglect Dieter.
Yeah, he did.
And the things that Dieter seen.
Yeah. Poor Dieter.
Mm-hmm.
And he just got shipped off to like whose house? Like, where is he even
He is
now?
with Shanann's brother.
I thought he was like with some friends, like some random friends that they barely knew at first.
He was with the what's their name? The ones you were talking about earlier, the Lindstroms.
Oh, that's who they were with?
He went with them at first, but now he is with Shanann's brother because he showed different videos.
I thought he went with. So the person it's Jennifer Lindstrom though, right? Because I thought he was with somebody named Amanda for a while.
He may have in between all of that, but the Lindstroms picked him up that night.
Okay.
Or the next night. One night they picked him up, and then he ended up he's with Shanann's brother.
Right.
They have big giant windows that are in the basement. An egress. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like better. I probably could just go online maybe and find a whole video. I would think at this point you should be able to find a video of all the house put together. But I've only seen like crime scene videos or something like that, and most of them don't show you.
Well, they don't show you the back because they're not going to show you where he carried her out.
I've never seen the back. Yeah, I've never seen the back, and that's what. And I've always thought about that. I've never seen the back. Why have I never? And I'm not nosy like that. Like if I can't find something, I get frustrated.
Yeah,
and I won't look no more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I give up.
When you go and you look at the side and you look at the back, I'll see if I can find if it's in any of these videos I have. But when you go and look, you'll say, now I know what Tammy's talking about.
It was in somebody's video and they had put it together, and I don't remember what channel it was, and it was like years ago. And then they had showed where it was like a picture of like, I think where Shanann or somebody was like probably recording. I mean, there's tons of pictures and videos of like the backyard. And again, like I said earlier, the bench was like set up normally, or it was set to the side, but then you look at it and it's pushed over and collapsed.
Yeah.
And that's when they moved it.
There was a shovel over by the window just randomly there, and it's like, why would a shovel be just randomly standing up against the back of the house?
Yeah.
Because there ain't no trees back there newly planted.
There's really not anything. There's nothing.
No.
Yeah. No. Nothing but dirt almost.
Yeah. Ronnie, do y'all think the girlfriend could have unalived his wife and daughters? Very much.
Yeah.
Very much the daughters.
And somebody else said this too, and we kind of said this too, like, but I do want to say still, I don't know completely if he did it or not with Shanann. I think even if he did or not, like, I think he completely dissociated and just went with whatever he was being told. And whether he actually had someone physically helping him in some way, or he just did it because he was like, they were like, do it. Like, you know, like we already, you know, like you have to do it. So I think you just blank out and like almost just, like, dissociate, leave your body kind of thing. And you're kind of on autopilot.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened with Shanann, even if he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels so detached and dispersonal. And again, with the girls, it just feels like it wasn't me at all.
Yeah, no, I never felt it was that he did that with the girls, but I always felt he had something to do with Shanann.
There's only, like I said, the one part where he says with Shanann, like, well, you know, when he says, well, I didn't touch them or her. That's the only time he says it where I'm like, I kind of believe him there. Oh, balloons.
Yeah, because you do certain things.
What's the balloon?
In front of on StreamYard, and it will.
Oh,
there you go. There's the hearts. You got to get it just right, and then I think this. There you go. Then you got to do thumbs up. I think does the thumbs up, but you got to do it just right.
Connor would love that.
There's balloons. There's thumbs up. There's hearts, and there's something else. I can't remember what the other thing is.
Yeah, that's
smiley
cool.
face. There's a smiley face, but I can't remember how you.
Yeah, and I agree with Scout. After all these years, I don't think a big mass group of people still feel that they're being lied to for no reason, or something's off for no reason. So
yeah, there definitely could be. Besides Chris and NK, yes, there possibly. I've always felt there's a fourth person there for some reason. 4 keeps coming up. Maybe this person didn't do any of the unaliving, but maybe they were a lookout or a hauler or finisher or whatever.
Where are we talking about now? Outside of Jim and Nicole, or just outside of?
I feel like it's those three plus one more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I kind of remember hearing rumors one time about somebody else he worked with, and maybe it wasn't a complete rumor. Maybe I just kind of thought that because it was text messages, and then the person kind of changed their story later. It seemed like, and I don't really, I can't tell you who it was. I'd have to go back. I mean, it was years like right when it would have happened. But I feel like there was somebody maybe he worked with that they weren't too sure of at first.
Yeah,
like through email. And that was the only person I remember them being a bit unsure about. But it was dropped as quickly as Jim and Nicole were dropped. Which again, all had to be Anadarko. And if you looked at the video I did, the part owner of Anadarko, also part owned FX and also part owned is it Vivint, or how do you say that for Vivint? Yeah. So the person owns half of Anadarko, or even part owner Anadarko owns part of the security system, part of FX, where this like whole oddly close scene comes out during the disappearance. Like, I don't know, just some of those things are weird to me.
Yeah.
You know, those things
how
are weird
how they're all connected.
Yeah.
There's a lot of videos of the back of the house. Yeah, there are. It's easy for
I haven't seen a lot of the back of the house.
There's more at the beginning, like at the beginning of the case with people doing the back of the house and everything.
I've seen more videos of shenanigans of the back of the house than I've seen of like police videos. So
you've seen her standing on the deck, but you haven't.
Yeah, or like showing the kids playing in the yard or something like that. But I really haven't seen any like too much police stuff. Only like of other channels kind of like piecing them together, almost making the footage longer. But I mean, it's not saying it don't exist. I just never have come across it.
Yeah. Eve, I think they were going to blow it up.
Yeah.
But I think they got stopped. And nobody would have knew they were in the tanks.
No.
If they'd have blown it up. Because they had, the day before, the 2 days before, there was a gas leak.
That he was supposed to be meeting. That's what he told the other person he was going out there to check on, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they were going to take those down anyway at some point. They weren't going to use those anymore. So I believe blowing it up was a part of it, but I believe they were going to make it where Shanann did that.
Right.
She drove herself and the kids out there and done it.
Right.
But it would have taken them forever to find their bodies out there if that had happened. They may not have ever.
I don't think you would have found it because of the impact of like the heat and stuff. Yeah. It pretty much would, I think, turn it to almost ash instantly, because I don't think they would have been sifting through it to find bodies. I don't know. I mean, I guess if they thought somebody did it on purpose, but still, I don't think you would have found much.
Yeah. That is cute. StreamYard does that. Yeah. And if they blew them up and there's nobody to find, then they would just be missing.
Yeah, she's saying Shanann couldn't bury herself. I think they were hoping on the fact that the explosion would have covered the burial site too.
Right.
Like, because it should have.
Right.
If it exploded like it should have wiped out that whole area. Like it should have incinerated everything. So even if she was buried, but that is a good point.
That is a good point. Yeah,
that is a good point. I'll be right back 1 second. But that's a great point.
They would have had to done it just right to make it blow up to where the whole area would have blown up, and it wouldn't have mattered. That's why I think burying her was not their original plan. That's why I think that got messed up. She wasn't originally, they probably was not going to do that. And burying her shallow would have helped with the blowing up of the area. She wouldn't have been buried and probably debris would have fell on it. And if it had blown up and after the inspectors come out there and the oil people come out there and all of them, they probably wouldn't have been searching for her and it would have been all covered up. You know what I mean? So I think that was their angle. But if they'd have got blown up and they never found them, they would just be missing.
Yeah. And I think it's a good point, because if you were going to blow them up, right, like kind of like she said, why even bury them to begin with if the plan hadn't been interrupted yet?
Right.
Why? Because that does kind of make it a bit more
Yep, he would
work
have
than
been
you
able.
would need to. Like, what
Yeah.
is it? Like, work smarter, not harder.
Mhm.
But I don't think any of them are that smart. You know,
No,
not
no.
coming off as not. I mean, book smart maybe, but not.
And I don't think they were thinking really, like with the insurance money you were saying, Scout and Carter, that's true. He would be able to get the insurance money. But if they found them blown up out there, he would definitely be able to collect it. But if they didn't find them out there, he would have to wait 7 years to declare them missing, to declare them dead. Because you have to have so many years of them missing to declare them dead. So he would have had to have waited. So,
well, she kept bringing up money. That's all Nicole cares about. I mean, that's all she kept caring about is like, well, like how let's sell the house. And even like maybe they were going to sell the ring, maybe they weren't. But yeah, she kept bringing up all about the money. So, I mean, I'm sure she knew about the insurance.
Yeah, because they were going to pawn her ring, Shanann's ring. They were talking about pawning it and thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that happened, he would wait. I don't see. It was going to be permanently closed in the early fall. Yeah, I knew it was, but I couldn't remember when they said the time frame was. Calling for welfare.
Oh, speaking of, like, they're supposed to be doing like work in that area again soon.
Oh, serving.
Yeah, like Tara's husband just got like a call to work on some like wells or something in that whole area.
Wow,
like 10 of them or something.
Where at? Like out where Survey's at, or out in
like Survey?
Wow,
like that area. I'm pretty sure. Like that's what he said. Survey, like 319. I'm guessing it's. I'd have to talk to her a little bit more, but I just know they're getting ready to start doing construction and working out in that area again, pretty much in that same area. Because she wouldn't have brought it up to me if it wasn't. She's like all in on the Watts and stuff, and they're asking. And I just know it was like 10 wells or something like that.
Yeah, because it's been almost 10 years.
Yeah, but they're starting to want to do stuff over there.
8 years. Yeah. All right, we'll listen to about 15 more minutes, and then we will call it. We've been on here almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Tell us, Chris. Chicks are crazy.
Can I talk to my dad or something?
Absolutely.
Come.
Do you want to bring him in here?
Oh, yeah, this is when his dad comes in.
My dad, like, flew across the country.
I can't. How about this? If we brought your
Chicks
dad
are
here,
crazy. Can I just talk to my dad?
Right? Just like Nicole.
I'm not sitting here for like 5 hours.
Just to think of his mom. Can I just talk to my dad?
Yeah. Christopher Proudfoot, you want to talk to your mom?
Yeah, right.
All of y'all want to talk to your
But you just want
parent.
to keep dating your mother's energy over and over
Right.
again.
What's your best friend?
I am in.
There's only one person you want here most, and it's your dad.
Good.
You notice he didn't ask for his mom.
No.
I love him, and I don't.
Wonder why that is.
I just want him to be by my side.
That would be interesting. Because like usually boys are like mama's
He
boy.
knows more than
Mhm.
we do.
He's a daddy's boy.
Yeah.
And he knows. as much
Daddy
as you
knows
want
more,
protection
probably.
from your wife,
Mhm.
it's not.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
I think he would tell you to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Before we get him,
Can I go out there and talk to him?
well, I don't know that you want to do it out there, because there's a lot of people going through the halls. Should we bring him in here?
We'll step out.
Sure. Can we bring him in here to your interrogation room?
In a few minutes with him? Okay. Can we just ask a couple more questions?
I want to see his
You're about
face,
to get
actually.
off your chest.
I know.
On the back of his head.
I feel like his little lip is just quivering. Like quivering away.
I'd like to see his expression, like when they ask him questions.
More about you. Yeah.
Like, is it a deer in the headlights or what?
Yeah. I feel like it's just a beet red, lip
Gotta make sure
quivering,
about her.
Right.
cold sweating, like, ugh.
What I mean
I
is,
want my daddy.
what happened tonight with her?
As far as like after I talked to her,
With the girls?
it's like when we were having that conversation in bed there,
Mm-hmm.
like when I talked to her about the separation and the house, and she asked me about the affair, and that's how that conversation went. She was distraught. She had like mascara on her face, all that. I mean, it was emotional.
Well, how about this? If we bring in your dad, will you promise me that you'll talk to him? Will you promise me that you'll tell him everything? Would it be easier if you told him and he told us? I don't know.
Is that even legal?
Looking like anything they've done is much legal in here. Nicole Kessinger's dad being in an interview isn't really legal to my knowledge, but.
And I find it odd that he talks about the mascara, because on her sheet,
What was it? I didn't hear anything about the mascara.
He said that there was mascara running down her face.
Mm-hmm.
So the talk got really emotional. There was mascara running all down her face. So that being said, when they went and when they was turning the sheets and the clothes in for Shanann that was found on her, they tell you there's mascara all over it. You can tell where her eyes were at because you can see the mascara stains.
Yeah, I kind of remember hearing that too. Was it in the sheets themselves?
Go ahead.
Was it in the sheets themselves? They said they saw the imprint of her face, like the pillow case or something like that?
Yep. It was on the sheet. Yep. I don't understand how.
Oh, hi, Tara. Tara's here.
I thought I turned this phone down. Hi, Tara. Hello.
We're still on.
We're still on. Yeah, we're still on.
And I was about to go on to the rant of we should look at Sebastian's first interview with his parents just so you can see where she's in the interview. The first thing she breaks down as soon as they come on. She does this wailing cry. But there's one point where they get to, and Katie Proudfoot in the interview, they talk about Sebastian coming back, and she's like, "Well, I just want them to bring him back." And Chris Proudfoot goes, "They will." And she says, "I want them to bring him back."
Yeah.
And
why would you say them?
They will. Who are y'all talking about?
Well, first of all, why did you even say that when you said he walked out?
Right. And this is the same interview. They're talking about him walking out the house with a black little flashlight, but no shoes. And then towards the end, well, I just want them to bring him back. And nobody, not the interviewer, not police, not anybody step in at any point and go, "Excuse me, Ms. Proudfoot, what were you talking about?"
Yeah,
why did you say, "I just want them to bring Sebastian back," pretty much?
Yeah.
And then Mr. Proudfoot, why did you step in and go, "Don't worry, they will"?
Yeah, after you said he walked out.
And you were supposed to be 3 hours away?
Right.
After your 3-hour conversation?
Yeah, 3 hours.
On the phone for 3 minutes in the morning before you called police, and you called police behind the non-emergency line, Mr. Proudfoot.
3 hours and 37 minutes from doorstep to doorstep, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Who says that?
Madeline McCann's mother and father.
Exactly.
They laughed about how far it took to get from the front of the entrance. And now you see all the sketches coming in that case too. That's something. It's just all a bunch of crooked ass shit that I'm sick of looking at. That's what I'm sick of looking at.
Yep.
So with Sebastian's, I just feel every day, something breaks with that.
Let's see if we can get to the dad coming in here. I don't know how far he is. Oh, let me get it over here. I might can tell. Let's see.
Oh, this is a long one.
Oh, he's fixing to come in. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You need to take responsibility because you always have taken responsibility. You've always made the right choice. So
I
guess I'm just worried that if we bring your dad in here.
Wear your boots. Wear your boots.
What do you think?
Distract me from talking to you?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just need to talk to him.
Okay. All right. I know you'll do the right thing. I do. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think that you need to think a little bit more about them. Okay?
And you need to realize that your dad is not going to stop loving you no matter what you tell him. You are his child, and he will not stop loving you.
Never.
Ever.
And this is not the last chapter in anyone's story at all.
Apparently, y'all want it to be.
Mm-hmm. I kind of think he already knows his dad ain't gonna stop loving him for whatever he's about to tell him either.
Mm-hmm. He's been there the
He
whole
didn't
time.
want to leave you. Have you ever seen, sometimes when an animal's owner dies, they stick around forever? I think that's your dad.
What? Okay then. What?
Sorry, I didn't want to leave today, okay? So, keep that in mind. He wants to hear it all.
Like that clock's making my head just want to twitch. Like,
Yeah.
the ticking clock is killing me.
I'm like, what did you just say? What's that
Yeah.
got to do with okay.
Clock ticking. That clock was just getting me. I could feel it.
Kim was like,
Kim was like, bones.
Kim was like, I ain't doing this crap. We're gonna speed this up.
Yeah, I agree with Scout too.
Yeah.
Like, who is them and they with the Sebastian Rogers case, and they have a special place for these kind of people.
Yeah.
These things.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
How did they speed up on this? I'm trying to count it now. I didn't pay attention at first.
They gave him 5 minutes to think about it, huh? To sit and squirm and
5 minutes, the clock ticking.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Christopher, you have,
With the phone.
however much time you need,
Yeah.
okay?
You can leave us in there or no?
Yes.
Tell us how long or? It's, polygraph failed it. Failed it. Yeah, 'cause there's too much emotion. So, I mean, they're not gonna let me go.
Dude, they're not letting you go.
The reason why they shouldn't, it's nothing.
Didn't damn clocks remind me of being in
They know I
school.
had affair.
Huh?
Like when I was in high school. That's what these clocks remind me of.
Yeah.
No wonder I was beating down the door to get out of high school. I'm like,
Right.
let me out of here.
Yeah, let me out of here.
I can't take it.
I can't take it. You can do anything, but don't do that.
Don't put me in a room with a clock.
Clock, yeah. Or drinking water. I mean, and no bathroom. Please don't.
They know. I can't think about that. Anybody got an affair? Anything else you want to tell me? What's going on, or what happened or anything? Or you know anything about? When we had that conversation that morning, it was, you know, it was emotional. It was told her about separation and everything like that. Mm-hmm. What happened after that? I mean, I went downstairs and I want to protect her. What? I want to protect her.
I want to protect her. Hear that?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. All this stuff's recorded. And it's really crazy how they try to tell you don't look at that. Like,
Yeah.
don't pay attention to that. Don't pay
Yeah.
attention to these little clues. And when they're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, even if they're trying to hint, when he's like, well, what did y'all do that night? You know, when I was saying like he's trying to hint that did y'all lay them down? Did y'all what like talking about the girls, like him and Nicole or something?
Yeah.
But then at the same time they're saying, well, Shanann did it, right?
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
not
he
only
led
saying
her
Shanann
into
did
it.
Yeah, not only
Yeah.
are they saying Shanann did it on their own, but then they switch it very quickly and go, well, you and Nicole were doing it, right?
Yeah, because he was like, I want to protect her. I'll go back with it so you can hear it. But he's
Yeah.
like, I want to protect her. So why did he jump to Shanann? Why didn't he say who? Nikki?
Right.
He's automatically accusing Shanann.
Yeah.
He leads him into that.
Yeah, and they were saying too, like, Scout, I think the family already knew about the affair. And I do think that
Yeah.
they talked about it and they wrote that letter. He wrote that letter in wherever they lived when they were on, was it North Carolina, South Carolina that she went
Yeah.
right
Mhm.
before, and he wrote the letter, if anything happens to me. Like, they already knew. You
Yeah,
know
they
what I
knew.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
they knew what was gonna happen. They were gonna plan it or pin it all on Shanann. And
Yeah.
that's what the letter was about.
Yeah, that's all, and that's one of their scenario, but it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like she changed her
She told too many
password.
people. People don't expect people to talk. So, well, they should have known that she was going to talk. But I mean, for the most part, they probably don't expect them to tell details,
Right.
like the dark details.
Yep.
But she was telling the details, like
Mhm.
down to the gritty details of things.
Yep.
You know, so I don't
Yep.
think they expected her to be saying that much. And
Right.
that's where they tripped up a bit,
Yep.
because that's the stuff most people wouldn't tell.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I think they knew too. And I actually think they liked Nikki, and I think they
I think
talked
they
to her.
encouraged it. Again, when you see these families who are like that, they encourage it.
Yeah.
They encourage it. They're like, oh yeah, she was horrible. I didn't like her from the start. And then what happens? 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, recirculate it down the line. And they're saying the same thing for the new girl. They didn't like her either. She
Right.
was annoying too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. And it's always the same kind of person at
Yeah.
the basis of it.
But I mean, people say no, that she really did love Shanann and stuff, but just from
Who
the
did?
stuff, Cindy Watts. But from the stuff I've seen, I don't agree with that.
No, I don't see anything that ever shows me that Cindy Watts ever once loved Shanann. I don't know
I
what
ne-
they're looking at.
I never saw that. I never saw
it.
Mm-mm.
Who? It's even most people will go out and fake that they like somebody in a situation like that. She didn't even fake it. She went
Yeah.
up straight on the interview and was like, "Well, she was kind of a bitch." I mean, she might as well just said, "Yeah, she was a bitch." You know what I mean? If she didn't say it, she might as well, because that's what I took from it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't remember anything she said other than she was a bitch.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's what I don't get, where people would pretend like Cindy Watts liked. I think that she was just like each other in the sense of like how they handled him.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a challenge to one another. And regardless, I don't think that matters. I don't think, again, not victim blame, I'm just saying, I think that they kind of met their match in how they handled each other.
Yeah.
And so that was it. That's why they didn't get along. It's that simple.
Right.
And
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's
They were a
as
lot
deep as it
alike.
runs. Yeah, they were a lot alike, and that's as
Mhm.
deep as it runs, just like Nicole was a lot like Shanann, probably. And
Yeah.
that's as deep as it runs.
Yep. Not she wasn't as pretty as Shanann, but she was, in my
No.
opinion.
No, but just a younger, squawking version of his mother.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they always
Yeah.
are. They're a younger,
Yeah.
squawking version of their mother.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Until they take the mother's place.
Yeah.
She heard him, yeah. And, well, no, telling her.
I don't know why he's whispering.
Because they pre-plan this conversation.
Did they leave after that?
Want to make sure they stay along the lines.
So she started her beginnings. Paper.
Yeah, the story changed. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
They talked about it before, something changed, and now he's like, "Oh shit, what did we talk about, son?"
Yeah, he's got to give him those looks.
I haven't talked to your mother. What did we talk about, son?
Yeah, I got to give you these looks here so we don't screw up.
Don't you see this eye winking?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is just our opinion, and we have the right to it. Allegedly over here on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like my top 10. I'm talking to her about that. I'm talking to her about separation and everything, about maybe she lost it. I don't know, like, what else to say, like, I freaked out. Doesn't like it. So she one time.
Did he just say, "Let's proceed with that"?
He did.
I thought I read that shit wrong.
Nope.
I thought I'll get delusional from this whole fucking interrogation.
She laid back down, but that's when.
So he led him right into that.
Let's just proceed with this because you ain't making no sense. And this
Let's
is not what
proceed with this.
This is
Yeah.
not what we talked about, son. Let's just proceed.
Yeah. That's what he said. Look, let's do it right here. Watch. Yeah.
In his hand.
Let's proceed with that.
Full caution.
The name is going to work. She freaked out over her separation. I don't think it was she laid back down, but that's something else. See,
Yeah, this is the second or third time they've gone into
see
this
right
too.
there. That, you see what he said? There's something downstairs.
I didn't see that part. Replay that.
I need to go back. Watch what he says.
She laid back down, but that's when downstairs, but I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but
I heard a little commotion upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when he's saying that, I think the commotion he's talking about is hearing Nicole strangle or do whatever she did.
Well, what he's saying, he's trying to tell Chris what to say.
Oh, that's the dad talking?
That's the dialogue. Yeah.
Okay.
Of the script that he wants Chris to say. Watch. He's like, she freaked out. Dad's talking.
Oh, I thought that was Chris talking.
And he says, I don't think she laid back down.
I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but
Now Dad's talking.
And then we went back upstairs and she was,
I can see like she's not.
choking her. Where's she going?
They're blue.
Yeah, she choked both of them to death.
I freaked out when she hit me.
Well, he said I didn't see anything twice, and then he said, well, she choked both of them, right? And he goes, well, I didn't see anything. She choked both of them. Well, they were blue. Well, she choked both of them. So again, I think this is a pre-planned story along with a letter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're on Instagram or TikTok, Tammy? Are you? I'm sorry, I was interrupting.
I don't have content on there. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on there, but I don't have.
Yeah.
Ronnie's laughing at us.
That's what I was saying. You watch this long enough, and you can't help but start kind of just.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Here's the script, Chris. This is what we're going to go by. This is what you're going to say.
Yeah, it's rehearsed sounding.
And then Chris is messing him up. Well, I don't think she laid back down. Well, you're going to say that you heard some commotion upstairs.
Yeah.
Like they can't go back and watch this.
Well, it's just all like very implanted feeling. The whole thing's very implanted.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok, but I don't have no content.
I have a TikTok. Most of my TikTok content's all Sebastian, because that's kind of what I've done my whole TikTok towards, really, is pretty much Sebastian stuff. So I kind of take the readings I've done for Sebastian and I move them to TikTok, or I do like I've started that petition. I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
No, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, so I started a petition for Sebastian, actually.
Let me bring this down.
Yeah, I don't
even
know. Let me see if I can maybe pull it up in a back screen. Really?
Yeah. Because we can pick up where we left off here next week, probably next Tuesday. Because I think I heard enough of Mumble Man for a little while. Yeah, drop it in absolutely drop it in there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, they know that they're going to go back and watch it and say, well, what were you doing? Planning like helping him? You left on accident. I've done that before. I booted myself off. But your picture's still here. So I might have to let your second picture up and boot you out of the first picture. We'll see. You've heard enough of the plan. I've heard enough of his mouth. I can only take so much of that mumbling. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to make a story up, talk a little louder so we can hear you making it up. He was talking so low, the closed caption wasn't picking up what he was saying. He was talking that low. You think the caveman, how they are. Yeah, right. Um, oh, nice. We're glad you're here, Scout Inquirer. I know. Remember how we used to do this all the time? I mean, all the time we used to do it. Hold on just a second. Let me see what Megan said. I don't know. Yes, I can add you back in. Let's see. There. Is that right? Hold
Am I
on.
here? I think I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Now can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Everybody's
great.
everybody's gonna be
Okay.
laughing. Can you hear me?
Okay, I
Can
think
you
I
hear
can
me now?
share it too.
Can you hear me
So hold
now?
on. I think I can actually share my screen. Here it is.
Oh, this is like old times. We used to do this all the time too. Can you hear me? You see me?
Okay, so it's shared. Do you have to pull the screen up, Tammy?
Yep.
Or-
Hold on, yeah, I
So
do.
this is
Hold
the
on.
petition for Sebastian that I made. So
Let
it's
me go over
basically-
here and where's it at? Uh,
I have it scrolling from this side. I
okay,
think.
good. Okay, good.
Is that
Yep.
how it works? Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this is to demand new investigators for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. So we have 615 signatures. So I'm super excited about that, and I want to thank everybody who signed it so far. And we just kind of want to keep it going because on February 26th is going to be 2 years since Sebastian has been missing, and so his dad has been trying to get support and fresh eyes and just attention on Sebastian's case because he's been, he is a vulnerable individual being that he is on the autism spectrum, but that's not the only reason. He is a child. And just kind of the situation around his case, I kind of added that into some of this petition. So it's kind of not that short, but I guess I'll just read it really quick. As a parent of an autistic child who is the same age of Sebastian Wade Drake Rogers, my heart aches for his family and for all of those who love and care for him. Sebastian has now been missing for over 580 days, and the lack of answers is heartbreaking as it is frustrating. Although evidence has arisen pointing towards possible involvement of his parents, particularly his mother and stepfather, the investigation has stalled, leaving us with a profound sense of helplessness and injustice. Sebastian is from Hendersonville, Tennessee, and he deserves a relentless pursuit of justice, just like any other missing person would. Having fresh eyes on his case can make a monumental difference, bringing in new perspectives, investigative techniques, and unwavering determination to find the truth. Given the passage of time without substantial progress, we believe that it is imperative for the officials in charge of his investigation to be replaced with new, unbiased investigators. New leadership in this case could rejuvenate the search and justice process and potentially uncover new leads that could finally answer the questions we desperately seek for Sebastian. So according to National Crime Information Centers of Missing Persons, over 600,000 people go missing in the United States every year. Many of these cases go unsolved, leaving families in a perpetual state of grief and uncertainty. Sebastian's case must not become another unsolved statistic. We cannot let another day go by without taking action. Sebastian is not forgotten by his community, and we must ensure that he is not forgotten by the justice system either. We've seen other cases rejuvenated with a simple change of personnel resulting in breakthroughs. I urge you to sign this petition to demand the new investigators be assigned to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' case. Let us push for the justice Sebastian deserves. By signing this, you'll be supporting a grieving community call for action, ensuring that his case receives the attention it urgently needs. So that is the petition that I created for Sebastian.
I like it.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of hoping, that we can get it to 1,000, and it's 600 alone is amazing.
Right.
But to get it to 1,000, I'm really hoping to do that before February 26th. I know that's close. It's 444 right now, though, so I think that's a good sign that we just got done reading, the petition for Sebastian at 444.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if y'all can sign it, share it, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Scout Inquirer said she will go sign it.
Thank you so much, and again, it means the world to me.
Hi, Diane. It does mean Megan worked hard on this, so yeah, absolutely.
I just love Sebastian.
I know you do.
I love Sebastian, and I'll just be here to the end of time for him. So that's
right.
That's all.
Yep. Hi, Diane. Glad you're here. Yeah, Megan worked on that for a long time, so I'm really glad that she was able to get it out, and I signed it. I think right after I might have been the first signature.
Yeah,
she shared it with me first. Yeah, and then it's grown up. I'm glad to see how it's grown like that.
And it's grown very quickly, like faster than I could have ever expected it to grow.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and it was good for. I wish we would make it to 1,000 by, because it's like just a couple of days. Well, not a couple of days, but it's what, a week.
It's about a week, but even if we can get it to that time frame, before the end of the year or something, but either way, just as long as we get there and we make the progress is all that I mainly.
I think I'm on the wrong chat, but Megan send me a link so I can find it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, she said she's going to send it to you.
Yeah, Tara. I'll go in after Tara after the live, and I'll send you the direct link for it.
Did it send you to a different link, Tara?
Oh, I think she's in the chat, like in my room, where it's.
I
don't know why. Like, it just seems like it does it for some. Because when Lee comes in, it seems like I can see, or he can see everybody else's. I think. I don't know. As I said, I haven't figured out how the chat works yet.
Probably if I just look it up, it'll tell me the answer to that. But I haven't done that yet. But I need to. I never thought when we would do the live, I never thought that we both wouldn't have a chat. I'd never thought we both wouldn't have a chat stream.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's something I maybe need to adjust for my side because it's linked. Like if I look at the chat, there's like a link symbol next to the people that are coming from my chat room, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if I need to maybe release some kind of link or some kind of hold on my chat area, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. We're going to have to try to figure that out and see. I signed a while ago, and Kristen did too.
Great. Thank you. Tell Kristen thank you so much too. And I hope everything's good with her. I know it's been a while since I have chatted with Kristen too.
Mm-hmm. Just to touch on the Guthrie case just a little. Since I put it in my description. So we can touch on it just a little.
Of course.
I think it's a S show.
Mm-hmm. On purpose.
Absolutely.
I feel like, in my opinion.
Yep. Absolutely. They if they don't know where she's at, they've got a great idea. And like I said before, if someone has her, they have to have the medication required to keep her alive.
Right. Well, and it's kind of like the circus, right? It's not like a Watts Island circus kind of again, like when you're looking at it, or like a Casey Anthony one or something where they're like, everything just seems very dramatic and very over the top again. Like you can't get coverage for Summer or Sebastian, but we can't stop looking at Nancy, in the sense of like, look over here. Wait, no, don't look over here no more. Wait, look over here. Like, wait, go back over here. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're giving me whiplash. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting whiplash with the Nancy Guthrie case, But
by the time you look back over here, what I didn't want you to see will be gone. So, you can look back over here.
And I'm curious, like if I even look it up now, like when I first started looking at it, it was nonstop updates, like nonstop,
Yeah.
right? And so the last,
Yeah.
like they vow to find Savannah Guthrie's mother, like that's all you see now, right?
Yep.
And then even TMZ, like I've never seen TMZ contacted so much
I
in a
know.
missing persons case. And I don't know, I still have to lean back to the more you look into Savannah, the more kind of deviant she sounds, you know what I mean? And it's not just because of like her belief. Maybe it is her beliefs. I mean, you look into the way she, you know, the things that she's kind of maybe participated in and the way she's behaved. So I don't know. I kind of got an odd feeling when I watched Savannah in the first one, as far as like the first ransom video or whatever it is, where they're all holding hands, and I'm pretty sure it's the very first one. She's like in a blue shirt, I think, like a navy blue shirt or something that's a darker blue shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about her that doesn't feel right.
Well, why would you give your ransom note to TMZ?
Repeatedly too. And how many times has TMZ said they're not going to engage no more, and they come back out within 2 hours engaging?
Yeah. And who does Bitcoin for ransom?
Celebrities.
Nobody has ever
Celebrities.
done. Yeah, that's what. Have you ever seen somebody want you to
I
give
saw
ransom?
Bitcoin once advertised, and it was at a Grammys or an Oscars, and they were all wearing these giant Bitcoin things around their neck, and they were convincing everybody to give all their money away and to give it to Bitcoin because they've already done it. I'd like to know how many celebrities that actually said they did it had done it, because I mean they were like convincing you, like, oh yeah, the money is like the old thing, and you're just crazy if you have money. You should have Bitcoins because that's what I do, and I'm, you know, and I'm so smart, kind of thing. And like, okay, but yeah, like who's doing that though?
Yeah, I mean, you never hear anybody saying, "Oh, by the way, I've kidnapped your so and so, and I want you to go to Bitcoin and put your ransom." I mean, most ransoms are, "I want it in a suitcase over here left by the tree."
And are they so public?
Huh?
And are they so public usually?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Usually they don't want you calling the cops. They don't want you alerting anybody. But now it's like that's all it is alert everybody, alert everybody.
Yeah, it's like I'm bringing attention to it for a reason, but then I want, now I've got too much attention. Now I need you to look over here now.
Yeah,
so I
stop
can
looking over here so we can distract a little bit more.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, if somebody said we believe she's alive, well, if you believe she's alive, which I kind of feel like she's alive, then somebody is taking care of her that has the means to get her the medication that she needs.
Yeah. And I just don't feel panic when I look at Savannah. I don't feel panic, and I don't feel worry.
No.
And I'm not saying the other ones don't have anything to do with it. I think that the other, like at least the other sister, definitely, I mean, she kind of has a face of guilt too. Like when you look at, I mean, I don't know so much about the brother. I haven't looked at him too much yet, but same thing. I mean, they're all holding hands. They're all seem to be on the same page to me.
Yeah.
You know, and then someone else brought out a good point. She has a channel. She has 2 channels. They're bigger channels. But it's like BJ Investigates and then The Surprise Witness or something. But she brought up a good point. Who is like the what is it called when someone like whenever someone gets ready to pass away and you take the house over? What's it called?
Like if someone passes away
or something happens to them, there's somebody who takes it over, right? And they like get the money.
There's like whoever's over your estate, but like here, if one of your parents dies, but one of them is still alive, there's a succession.
Yeah.
So like, even though it automatically falls to the children, my mom's half, we still have to do a succession on it to make it legal.
Right. So I would just be interested to know who that is though. Like who's in charge of her property if something happens to Nancy? Who gets that property? Who gets the money? Who gets whatever?
Left to, like the heir.
Who's it left? Yeah, the heir, the custodial. Yeah, somebody. There's somebody who it's left to. There's somebody in charge of it. And I want to know who that is. And I kind of feel like it's going to be Savannah. And even if it's not Savannah, it's going to be one of the brothers and sisters. And like, and again, who gets cleared as far as family before you even find the person?
Yeah.
And if they say, well, we're cleared and nobody's objecting that, then you need to look at the people around them as far as like the police and the judicial officials who are actually letting them say something like that. Like the Proudfoots were allowed to say something like that. The Savannah's Guthrie family has been allowed to say something like that. Nobody's interjecting and saying that's not true. I
Yeah.
don't know. So I just feel like, again, I feel like if you look more into Savannah, her
Yeah.
past, and then if she's connected to that, the family very well knows what she's connected to and what she's doing, in my opinion. I don't think that I
Savannah
don't
is the executor. I was going to say executor.
yeah, it's probably what she is. The execute yeah, she's the executor, in my opinion, to this whole plan.
Because she's a lawyer.
Yeah, but it's her. I feel like it's her, and I feel like she knows where her mother is, and I'm just
No,
gonna say
she
that in my
doesn't.
opinion.
She doesn't need the money. Yeah, Tara's laughing at me. She doesn't need the money, but I feel like the mom is over some kind of trust fund or something that the kids
No, it's
can't
not
have.
about money. This is
Yeah.
about reputation.
Yeah.
This is about something else. This is about something deeper. And I'm not going to say it directly connects to the Epstein files, but it connects to something deeper. And this has to do with distraction, guilt, and hiding that guilt. And somebody needed to take the blame. Somebody needed to take the fall. And it wasn't going to be Savannah. That's how I feel. And you're looking at an 84-year-old mother.
And I kind of feel like maybe there's a gambling debt here or
somebody owes something.
Debt. Yeah, somebody owes something. Yeah.
And they're looking at it like, well, she's 84 and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel. Somebody turned this woman over for something. And if it ain't Savannah directly, then it's her brothers and sisters, but somebody knows about it.
Yeah.
That's directly within that close family.
Yep. If there is no will, the state takes over and it's shared amongst the surviving immediate family. If no family is left, it typically goes to the person's mother or father. Yeah. Which we know her parents aren't alive because Nancy's how old?
Yeah. And the reason I feel it's Savannah is because I've watched it's the interviews. It's her body language, it's her behavior about everything else that I've seen her connected to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, like it's kind of like saying somebody can do this dirty thing and they can do this dirty thing and they can do this dirty thing, but don't look at them when this dirty thing comes across their plate.
Yeah.
No, thank you. They're dirty.
I think they all know.
Maybe they know where that mother is.
I think they know where she's at, and because Trump said something that kind of made me think that maybe it's closer to home too, because he said, I think we can come to a resolution.
Yeah.
And resolution normally means both parties. Yeah. I would think. And you don't want anything bad to happen to either side.
Yeah.
Because a resolution means an agreement.
Well, you do have to have some kind of idea of what you're resoluting, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not, and it's like, and even to say, just say Savannah didn't have a big hand in on it. I still think she knows what happened.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
There's something off about her. And I don't know what it is, but I wouldn't trust her around me. I just wouldn't. I don't know what it is, but she feels darker. Whatever's going on with her, she's trying. I don't know. And again, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion about her.
Too, yeah. At first I didn't.
No, I didn't at first either.
Yeah. But then I got to watching stuff and I'm like, there's just something not right here.
Well, even like a lot of times when you start looking at when all these people, celebrities who were getting in trouble for some of this stuff that was coming out, she's right there in the boat with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
She is. She's right there in the boat with all of them. Her husband was doing things with these people. So I'm just saying, like, again, I'm not saying this is why Nancy's gone. I'm just saying, like,
right.
When you play dirty things happen to you and your family. And it doesn't mean she directly put her hand in it, but something she's put her hand in at some point to me led to this.
Right.
And that's all,
something that they did is the result of this.
Yeah.
This is the result of that.
Because this is a big deal, like in the sense if you look at how it's being handled and how it's being dealt with and like it's not something little. It's not trying to be hidden. They want it to be like scrutinized. They want it to be out in public. They want people questioning everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
and now all of a sudden it's quiet.
Yeah, real quiet. And it's quiet because we give you this information. Well, that didn't settle anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll kind of give you something else, and well, that didn't really settle you either.
Mm-hmm.
So and again, it's kind of like it makes you not look at all this other information, all this stuff. If you're not looking for a certain thing, it gets drowned out.
Yeah.
Well, I started looking for other things, and that's just how I felt about it.
Yeah.
And all those things are there,
Yeah.
ironically enough,
Yeah.
about Savannah.
Yeah.
So again, it's not saying she directly set it up, but again, you play with you roll in the mud, you roll with pigs, you get, so
Yeah. Yeah. You,
it just
I-
happens, and it's for both parties. I'm not talking about just Democrats either. It
Yeah.
happens to Republicans too. So
yeah. Crickets after so long was all the news. It is crickets. You're right.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
was drowning us out with it,
Yeah.
and then it's just gone, and that's what makes it confusing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it confusing. And then as soon as you start questioning, you can't question certain things. Just what we've kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Again,
think
it's that
it's,
leg pull and filling.
yeah, it's that. And honestly, I don't think we will know exactly what happened. I think she will be returned, and that will be it.
I don't freaking know sometimes. Like sometimes I'm starting to wonder, will she be returned or were they just gonna
Yeah.
stop talking about
Well,
it?
Well, they could do that too, but I don't think we're gonna hear either way after she either comes back or
Mhm.
doesn't. I don't
Right.
think we're gonna hear anything after that.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be even
that's what
quieter.
I'm saying. Like, I think we're never gonna really know what truly happened. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah.
We're all gonna look like a bunch of conspiracy theorists again, and that's the point. Make
Mhm.
everybody look like conspiracy theorists when everybody gets called out for being a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that had a lot to do with it. It didn't happen to drown out the feeds for no reason.
Well, if you throw muddy the water so much, people don't know which way to go.
No, and
And
everybody's
you
gonna
just
go,
up
oh
in a
my
mess.
gosh, an 84-year-old woman? Oh my gosh. Yes, that is devastating, but it's not as devastating as a 15-year-old autistic child missing, is it not? I think
Yeah.
that's a little bit more devastating. This child
Yeah.
has their whole life ahead of them. They were left to CPS to fend for themselves, and look
Yeah.
where they are now. We can't find them.
Yeah, she got a lot of coverage. And the
Yeah.
FBI apparently are in Mexico. Now, what gave them that lead?
And why would the cartel take her? Who was messing with the cartel?
The
at
cartel's
Nancy's
not.
house?
How can you think the cartel needs that money?
No, they don't. And why would they do such a public thing? They're not going to send messages to public, TMZ, and
Not
whoever.
that kind of message.
Not cartel.
Mm-mm.
So again, that's something that like people do.
They may send a message, but it won't be through
They ain't gonna send that
TMZ.
kind of message. They're gonna send a video, but it ain't gonna be nothing where we're wondering what's happening to her no more. We would have
Mm-mm.
known what was happening to her if it was the cartel. We would have known
Yeah.
the first or second
Yeah.
day it had been done and talked about. We
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
even
don't.
talk about
They
it
don't
anymore.
play. They don't
No,
play.
the cartel
No.
takes care of business and they take care of it very quickly.
Yeah.
And they don't sit there and dangle stuff. So
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then she's in running graves. Yeah, if they're in Mexico, it's easy to get her the meds, but the cartel's not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to take an 84-year-old woman and coddle her with meds while the whole freaking world watches.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I don't think so.
Yeah, it's like after a while, it's like insulting your intelligence is what it is.
Well, that's really a waste of resources, though.
If they're even being wasted for real.
They may not even went over there. They just say, well, we'll just tell them we're going to Mexico,
Pretty
and they may
much.
not even be going.
Pretty much. And
Yeah,
it's like the people who are actually there are just like, what are they, crisis actors? Is that what they're called
Right.
now?
right. What is this? Is this a
Is that what
script?
they're called? Crisis actors?
Is this a script? What are we playing?
I don't know, man. Joan Rivers said it. She said the world is a big movie theater. You'll figure it out one day. She's like, "What? You're just all on. Everybody's on stage in costume acting, and you'll figure it out one day." Look at poor little Joan Rivers. Look what happened to her just for saying what happened with Big Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Joan Rivers.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But that came true too, right? Everyone want to say Joan Rivers was crazy. Okay, well,
He is not.
she's not crazy.
No.
Yeah, look what happened.
Mm-mm.
So I'll be happy to be called crazy if that's crazy.
And they say, a Mexican national, but were they in Arizona?
Yeah, they're in Arizona.
I mean,
But again, why? Why would that happen? Is the biggest question.
yeah.
They're telling you all this information, but they're not. But then you find out later the whole Democratic Party. Well, I say Democratic, but all the people running on those lists are all part of the cartel. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
all tied within. But now they're
Yeah.
telling you, yeah, it's probably the cartel. That's what I'm saying. They're telling on themselves. I don't know.
Yeah. And who's going to go after the cartel?
Nobody. If you see the videos the cartels put out, would you?
That's what
I
I'm
wouldn't.
saying.
I'd be minding my own business left and right.
Mm-mm. I just think, and I'm not saying anything bad about her kids, and
No.
I'm not accusing them
Mhm.
of making her be kidnapped. I'm not orchestrating it or anything. I just think they know
Yeah, I
where
just
she's
think they have
at.
a roundabout idea of how this
Mhm.
situation came about. That's
Yeah,
all.
they.
That's
I think
all.
they know where it stemmed from. I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean,
I
there's
feel the sheriff
blood. Like,
knows who took Nancy, and so does yeah, because he's like, I feel that she's closer to home. I agree with the sheriff.
so when did he say that? Because now they're saying, was it today or the day before they
Just
said Mexico?
recently, I've seen it just recently because there was somebody put a video out, and they're like, while the FBI goes to Mexico, the sheriff says they're headed in the wrong direction because he thinks Nancy's closer to home. That was today, but I don't remember where I saw it.
So the sheriff's the fool then, right? In this whole story, right? But the sheriff is the one that, like, I don't trust the FBI, which the FBI says that Epstein wasn't really even a threat, right? I'm just curious. Like, I just want to follow the lead here, right?
Yeah.
That's the route we're going down, right? Okay. I
Yeah.
thought, yeah, okay. So I would think
Because
the FBI would be dismantled from the moment they said, "Don't look at Epstein."
because the sheriff was talking a lot when she first was kidnapped, and then he came back and backed up what some of the stuff he said, like backed up,
Yeah.
not like backed it up, but he retracted some of what he said. He stepped back because I think he said too much the first time because he's not used to a big profile case like this, and he kind of was just talking, and then he kind of just came back the next day and kind of like tried to get out of what he already said. So I think he knows a lot more than what he's portraying. And I get it that you can't tell, but I think there's so many distractions around him that
Do you think he's not telling what he knows because he can't? Like, because he's being told he can't, or because he like, and like when I say being told he can't, because it's strong arm kind of being told you can't, or because you're just trying to keep the integrity?
I think, I think that may be part of it, but I think it's all because of the circumstance around it. Why there's so many people involved, the FBI's involved, they're running here, they're running there, they're breaking people's doors down. I mean, and all along the sheriff's right here in the middle thinking, he's kind of put in that spot. So
It was like Casey Anthony's dad. I can't get that out of my head now. Like,
Right.
every time I look at him, I see Casey Anthony's dad.
right.
I
I'm like,
can't take it seriously.
yeah. So I think he's kind of in a hard spot where it's such a high profile case. He's probably been told, careful what you say, and they're probably telling him, you could get her killed, and you know what I mean? I think he knows way more than what he's saying, but I think he's not saying it but why he's not moving on it, my only guess would be because they're not allowing him
They're not allowing him to,
or they don't have enough evidence.
It'd be interesting to see.
But they've not that poor guy's story in because I guess because he pinged in her area, but it turns out he's like a delivery guy.
Yeah, and then he even said it, like, I think I told you, he was like, yeah, they said, like, what do you say, like, my eyes matched or my lips matched or something, but I was like, that's crazy, because I'd have been like the opposite, like, matched. It wasn't like there was anything really hitting on that guy to me, and what I saw that looked like him,
He didn't look like him to me. I was like,
he didn't, and there's a mask on, but it's not that much of a mask.
The lips are different
colors even.
Yeah, the eyes are shaped different. That didn't look like, I mean, I get it. They should have questioned him because he pinged in the area. I get that. I don't know why you got to knock his door down, but I mean, there's that.
Yeah, because I mean, they haven't even knocked people's down doors for less, right? So why knock somebody's door down for this? Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying Nancy's not important, but we ain't seen nobody's door busted down for Summer. We ain't seen nobody's door busted down for Sebastian. So why are we busting down? And where? Like, I don't even think it was anywhere near that area too.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know, but I feel like it wasn't even in Arizona. I don't know.
Then they break every delivery person's door down.
Yeah.
I mean,
they knew nothing about this guy before they showed up busting his door down.
because I'm sure he's not the only delivery guy in that area that day. I mean, I'm sure there was. I mean, even down this road, you may see FedEx 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't imagine him being the only delivery guy that day.
Yeah. I know. That's what Chris was like. He's like, damn, you might as well just say it was Cash Patel in the mask. I was like, it was kind of true though. That's what I'm saying. It looked nothing like. And Tara's right though. You know, like we were talking about it too, and because we were talking about how manicured the eyebrows looked and stuff. And at first I was like, do you think it's a girl? I was like, because the eyebrows look real manicured. You know, like everything and the lips looked real full and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know, man. You know, she's like, but I don't know if anybody was in that mask. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, that's kind of true. I guess if I was like, you know, but then you looked at once they busted down the door and then they showed that comparison, I was like, well, that doesn't look anything like it though.
Right. Yeah. No.
So it is hard though with the mask, you know, but still that there was something about that just was like, no, I don't see that. Even with the mask, I don't see that still.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either.
No.
That's funny, Megan. I thought that too. He's definitely a likeness.
Yeah. I thought Cash Patel. I was like, when Chris said that, I was like, holy crap, that does look like Cash Patel.
And what's the other guy you said you thought it looked like? Who's that?
Oh, Casey Anthony's dad looks like the sheriff. That's what I'm saying. They joke about this being a stage, right? But like, why does the sheriff look like Casey Anthony's dad, who was also a police person, which is somehow making me think of Scream?
Just a little smaller, right? He's
just a little bit tinier.
Yeah, than Casey Anthony's dad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like same body language, same everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it kind of is how the same things do repeat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same cases, same faces, so same everything. Yeah, see Tara, every time she sees him, Casey Anthony's dad. Maybe that's a distraction.
Yeah. Gosh. Well, I guess we will end it, Megan. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. I think we talked about most of the Watts stuff and the Sebastian and Summer from what we talked about.
Sebastian, we talked about him. Y'all don't forget, if you haven't signed the petition, go over there and sign it. And if you haven't given Megan a like, go over there and do that.
Yes.
And if you haven't subscribed to anybody, do that. Go do that.
There's something you haven't done, just do it. It's going to make you feel a lot better, I promise.
That's right. And we're going to do something like this on Megan's, whatever Megan wants to do on her channel. We're going to, whatever day is convenient for her, she can let me know. I have Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday of next week.
Okay. So I know Saturdays are probably like the best, but Tuesdays are good for me too, though, because that's the day that Chris is off. So maybe we want to plan for Tuesday. Yeah. And maybe we can pull up like the first Sebastian interview, and then maybe we'll go into like the second of the Watts.
Sure. Yeah.
So we'll do that, you guys. So let's plan for Tuesday. We'll do my channel, and then we'll double stream Tammy's from my channel.
That's right. That's right.
Then we'll kind of look into Sebastian's family's interview, or at least I say families, but mother and stepfather's interview, and then we'll look into another Watts interview.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of Summer's, whichever one you're interested in.
There may be something on the Guthrie case by that time.
Oh yeah, there should be, right?
Or more confusion.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. We might have time to talk about the missing coach, because I did do a reading on him, and that's very interesting.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
See if there's any, because it's gotten quiet.
Has it? That has been quiet since you mentioned it to me last.
The last thing I heard about him was the school finally quit paying him, because the school board meeting, the families were upset because they found out he was still being paid. Mm-hmm. And they said the reason he was still being paid was because it was his leave time and his vacation time, and they had to continue paying that out. Mm-hmm. But now he has been officially fired, but no one has found him. They still don't know.
Yeah, that was interesting. He kind of just vanished, right? Key word for this live, vanished.
Somebody's hiding him.
Yeah, that's very true.
It was wonderful to see you too, Scout. Thank you for
Yes.
coming in.
It was wonderful seeing everybody. Thank you so much for being
Very good
here.
seeing you guys. I'm out. I'm not at the store Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday. So Tuesdays. We'll plan on Tuesday then. Maybe we'll kind of look into all those. Check out the coach, a little bit on the Watts, and then a little bit on Sebastian.
Yeah. What's the coach's name? You would ask me that. Travis. I don't know why his name eludes me. Just like his name, he disappeared. His name has disappeared from my brain. Hold on. Travis. Travis Turner. He's 46. He's missing from Wise County, Virginia. And he is facing 10 felony charges, all connected to child pornography.
Which is why he's missing. That's exactly what. Interestingly enough, I had someone come on a TikTok video not that long ago of Sebastian's, and I won't take too long on it, but she came on there asking for me to look for her cousin. And so I looked up her cousin's name. If this person was not missing for the same reason, a bunch of child essay and I was just like, I just completely ignored it. I was like, no, thank you. I don't know what's going on here, lady, but I'm sorry. Like I genuinely felt like she didn't believe that, but like I'm like I was like, I can't help you, lady. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But like I was so sad to see that on one of my videos, for this lady to be looking for her cousin. And I looked it up and sure enough, same kind of thing. And it was like this staged disappearance kind of thing.
And the sad thing is he's not the first coach or teacher at that school. There's been 2 others. Same thing.
Yeah. So there's some kind of
What are they doing at that school? That
all
they're
these schools, yeah. All this stuff that's coming out too about these teachers now.
Yeah.
You see a lot of women teachers now, but I mean just in general, all these teachers.
Yep. And
check it out, Tara. You'll be interested in it. It's an interesting case. How the person just disappeared. You love mysterious stuff and people just disappearing.
Well, in my opinion, when I did my video, and I still feel this way, I feel like he's in a different county.
Mm-hmm.
They've searched the woods and everything because he went into the woods with a gun, and he didn't come back out. So, I think he was set up for that. I think he had planned for that and was set up for that, and he had the supplies that he needed. But I think he's in another county now. But I do believe he did have help.
Right.
But I still think he's alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see anything in your reading that showed otherwise. So.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done one. I mean, I could probably do a follow-up, but at that time, I felt like he was still alive.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
My friend. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me, Megan. It's been fun as always.
Absolutely.
I thank all of y'all for joining us. Thank you for hanging out with me and Megan. We enjoyed it. Y'all have a good Saturday night. Stay warm or cool.
Yes.
wherever you may be and whatever you may need. Warm or cool, dry. It's supposed to rain here. I don't know when. If it rains, it rains. If it doesn't, I don't even believe the weatherman no more.
Yeah, right. I don't know if I believe any man. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I believe any man anymore.
Right. I just look out the window and say, hey, it's raining. All right. I don't believe anything. So thank you, Miss Eve, for coming in, Running Gray Wolf. All my mods, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Okay.
And don't forget to be subscribed to Megan so you can come Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday night, right?
Yes, we'll do Tuesday night. So I will text you. Probably like 4 or 5 p.m. Is that good for you? Somewhere around there?
Probably,
a little bit later.
Yeah, probably later because I won't be home till
like 7?
Yeah, 7's good.
Okay, so let's do Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, y'all.
Yep, that will work.
All right. Well, sounds good. See y'all then.
Everybody, love y'all.
Love y'all.
Take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone everywhere, and especially to yourself. Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Love you much. Bye,
Love
Megan.
you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.